110-107. Devin Vassell stays hot with 21 points, while De'Aaron Fox added 20 in the win. They're back at it again tonight in Brooklyn. They'll take on the Nets with a tip-off at 6:30. In college football news, here we go. The University of Cincinnati is suing ex-quarterback Brendan Sorsby, who transferred this year to Texas Tech. Cincinnati is citing that he breached his NIL deal that covered the 25 and 26 season. It had a $1 million buyout if he transferred. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental.
Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Happy Small Friday.
How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm all right. Well, yeah, why?
Just,
What's happening?
just no.
Well, what?
Feeling a little, you were a little surly this morning.
Surly?
Yeah, a little surly. A little,
Brr.
I'm not angry. Just a little prickly.
Well, generally not.
No, I'm not saying you were in a bad mood at all, but you didn't come in here bright and shiny.
No, I'm a little tired. And it's
It's
funny,
Thursday,
I went to bed at a
acceptable.
decent time last night. I told my wife this yesterday. I was like, we just didn't get a weekend, and I need it.
Oh, dude, I've been running pretty consistent for a couple of weeks. I need a day, but
So I
we're almost there.
I said on Saturday, I just need you to not wake me up. I need to sleep until I wake up, and I should be back to normal.
Yeah, I wasn't casting shadows or stones. I was
Okay.
just pointing out that you were
Yeah.
running about 75%.
Yeah, feels about right. Now,
As are most of us on a Thursday.
yeah, except Vic.
What?
Oh, Vic had a good day yesterday.
Big day, Vic.
Better than expected.
Yeah, day off.
Yeah.
He didn't have to give up a piece of his body.
Oh, they didn't take any kidney.
No,
huh?
no biopsy. They didn't need one.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to sit through that.
Well,
I mean, I'm telling you,
They had it all laid
you
out.
only
on
have
the-
so much kidney.
Yeah, when they take a little bit every time, you're going to be out.
You just
Yeah.
run out of stuff.
Yeah, so this time the blood test was good. So they were like, no, we didn't need one. But after the x-ray, there's an itty-bitty, teeny-weeny kidney stone in there, way at the top of the kidney.
Going to
So-
start migrating south.
So it goes south. So the more I drink, the more water I drink, it'll just go. So he said, in about 6 months. And the way he said it, he goes, well, if I don't see you in 6 months, or just call me when you're in the ER.
Oh, my God. It's like
And
you're pregnant.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You're going to deliver a bouncing baby rock in
Yeah.
the next 6 months.
How have we
I-
not figured out a way to beat those?
I don't know, man. It just seems like
No,
this is one of those
yeah.
things they need to fix.
Yeah, but the last kidney stone I had with the one kidney, it was like an emergency. I had emergency surgery because I have no other. I don't have the other kidney to work.
Right.
So this time, I mean, it's so small. I mean, he literally took a pencil and he goes, "It's about half the size of this pencil tip, and it's right there." And I'm looking at the X-ray with my glasses. I still couldn't see it. He goes, "It's right there.
Oh,
there
you'll
it
know.
is." Yeah.
You'll know when it comes.
Yeah, and I did have a little pain, but not like before. So, but anyway, it is what it is.
Boy, it's kind of like waiting for the thunderstorm, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, because you
no.
know it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, is today the day? Well, one day when you guys come in here and you see Edwin,
Or you doubled over.
yeah, something happened.
Knock on wood, brother.
Yeah, and then they took 7 vials of blood yesterday. So,
No, you don't need that. You can always make more of that.
yeah, but the
But
nurse,
if at some point we see you kind of wobble and fall over, we'll know why.
basically, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Did you go home and you take a nap after that, or what'd you do?
After that, I went home, and then a nurse came to the house to get more blood for my other doctor.
A hot nurse?
Yeah, she was pretty hot.
Nice.
Where'd she take
Yeah.
the blood from?
It was all
so
done
you got to
right
say
here.
the only good vein I got's right there in the thigh.
Mhm. Oh, no.
Oh, you could have done like a Deshaun Watson. Like a
No.
little, you got to take it from
You got to go down here.
my main vein.
No.
You don't want any
The
needles down
main
there by the
vein.
main vein.
No, don't touch that. No.
The waist up. Needles need to stay as far away from that area as possible.
Well, I wouldn't.
Oh.
I mean, guys, this was a ruse.
I've been misled.
Yeah, I've been.
If she actually pulled the needle out, I'd call it off. I'd be like, all right, enough.
Oh, we were
Yeah.
talking about that. The needle that is used to do the biopsy is one of the more horrifying contraptions.
Oh,
I've
you
ever
would think
seen.
you're injecting a brisket with some juice.
Like a harpoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, and the thing was, when I was in there, they had it all laid out.
You don't want to see that. We were also talking about. Have you ever seen the
the shots that the dentist
yeah,
gives?
the big metal one that they use
Yeah.
with the cartridges that they hide from you because they know if you see this, you're going to run screaming from this room.
It looks like the movie Hostel.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you
And you're
walked
all,
in and there's like a tray of torture items.
Like, oh, good.
Yeah.
I recommend using the pliers extra today, Doc.
Yeah, I need a Valium,
Use
please.
the blowtorch.
We digress.
Yeah.
See, there you are. You're awake now. You're
I'm getting there.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
getting,
there.
I really I wish Edwin was here because I could use some coffee. I could actually use a breakfast taco. I could use a taco, but it is what it is.
Hey, I got something for you. This will put some bounce in your step.
No. I don't want that.
You don't.
I don't do
the
that.
thought of it doesn't even.
I don't do that.
doesn't even begin to interest you.
I don't go for that, Rob, as your dad would say. I don't go for sardines.
I don't go for sardines, even the finest in the world.
Even the finest. No, not for me. I had a little marital strife last night.
See, Vic.
Mhm.
What happened?
You start the conversation, and eventually
The
you
truth
get
comes
to
out.
the nugget. The
Yeah.
little windshield. You learn that when you have kids. You just start the conversation. Eventually, it'll come out.
So after panning everything, we
Just-
found the nugget.
You get there, and here we sit. So
Like,
what happened?
We sifted through the kidney stones, and there's a little bit of
there-
gold.
there- There's a
Just a
little
little
bit
bit of
gold
gold.
in
So why did you deal with strife last night?
Well, when we were out in Vegas, the bar up by my house, it's called Hoppy Monk. It's a craft beer place.
Yeah.
Great
Bar,
bar.
1604, right there by Stone Oak.
Yeah.
Right there.
And I like to go there, once a month anyway. Well, they had a special event
Yeah, you
last night.
told me about that. I totally flaked on you. I apologize.
It wouldn't have mattered, Rob. It wouldn't have mattered.
Uh-oh.
The event was 2M Barbecue, which I think
We all love.
I think it's the best barbecue
yeah.
in San Antonio.
I've heard
quite
you talk
frankly.
about
in
that.
this
But
here
it's-
area.
But it's very far from my house. It's like the opposite side of town. From
That means
my
it's
house.
far from me.
Well, no, it's actually pretty close to you. I mean, it's down the southeast side.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's
My
a-
Highlands?
Not too far, actually, but yeah, it's in the region.
That's my language.
But they were doing a pop up at this at Hoppy
Which
Monk.
means they probably had a limited amount.
They did.
They only showed up with a truckload.
Yep. And Pine House Pizza and Brewing, which is opening in the near future here in San Antonio, was pouring some of their beer, like
Interesting.
and like free samples and swag giveaways.
So
and
you
stuff
were the
like
only one that heard of this, right? No one else knew.
that. No, there were people who heard
Oh,
of it.
other
Apparently.
people heard about it.
And but I told my wife, I said, I want to go to this. I want to go eat this barbecue while it's close to the house, and I want to try out some of these Pine House beers, and I wanted to make a trip of it. And she said, okay, we'll do it on Wednesday, and because so it started at 4.
When did you get there?
We got there, so it was. I was feeling like, oh, this is good news because my son, my older son, had a court thing yesterday, and at 2:30, and so once he was done with that, he didn't have to go back to work. And then my young son gets home at around 4, so I was like, okay, we're gonna go.
Hit it early.
It starts at 4. We're gonna be there by 4:30, and we were.
Oh, well, the text we got was a little bit later than that.
It was. It was when James texted the group chat,
gotcha.
I was just
So
sharing.
you got there early enough, you'd assume, to be able to.
Yeah, and it would have been early enough. Like we could have had we waited 10 or 15 minutes for a table, but my wife was like, I don't want to be around all these people. I don't. This is too much. Like my wife is a lot like me in that way. Like she's not looking to be in a huge crowd, but I am willing. Like the things that I'm willing to be in a huge crowd for are different than the things she's willing to be in a
she
huge
didn't want
crowd
the queue or the crowd.
for. Right. So, basically, I say, okay, fine. I leave in a huff, and
All right. Do you have both boys with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
and she makes me put the car in park because she knows I'm about to drive pissed off.
She still can't drive, right?
I've been here. I've been right here. And she's probably right.
And I said, she's like, well, where are we going? I said, I do not care.
Oh, there he comes.
I said, I'd been planning this since last weekend. I said, I mean, we can't wait around 15 freaking minutes to eat. I said, I don't care. I've got no opinion on where we go.
You probably should have.
I should have.
Given your destination. Not that, well, given your destination. Did you have some baby back ribs?
We ended up at freaking Chili's.
Did you say, instead of 2M,
you know why?
Instead of 2M, I'll have some baby back.
You know why we went to Chili's? Holden's never been to Chili's.
That means you.
That means I'm a good parent.
I was about to say, you kind of raised him
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, for them never to be I've never been to Chili's.
Chili's back about 40 years ago was the place to be.
Yeah,
Now it's just kind of
even then, I've never
elevated
been.
McDonald's.
I've never
I mean,
been
that's not anything to.
So we go to
write home
Chili's
about,
and have a
baby back.
We have a meal at Chili's.
Did you?
It's the best I can say it. And
yeah,
they know the entire time I'm peeved.
Mm-hmm.
And
So were you like a 4-year-old going?
there was someone there that I was like,
meh.
I wanted to talk to someone about a business opportunity that was going to be there, and my wife forgot that was part of why I wanted to go. She was like, "Well, we can go back later, and you can just drink a couple beers and talk to that person." And I was like, "Oh, okay," and that appeased me a little bit. Then I got the bill at Chili's for 4 people. It was $127.
How much alcohol was involved?
My wife had a $6 margarita, and I had a $9 margarita.
So only 15 of the
15
So
of the
$100 for food at Chili's?
Yeah.
That's why I don't go anywhere.
I said, we are never going back to this.
Dude, that's airport prices.
I'm telling you. I mean, I don't know how much barbecue I could have eaten for $127. Now, mind
Seriously.
you, my wife reminded me that barbecue's not cheap, and I have been
true.
known to
You'll spend
to pull a $200 barbecue plate.
But I get what I paid for there. I'm perfectly happy. I know the craftsmanship that went into the 24 hours of effort.
$200 barbecue plate?
But
Is that the
the
tray?
Chili's is
Yeah,
a
yeah, tray.
microwaved bag that they got delivered from a restaurant manufacturing. There's nobody cooking in that back room.
Yeah, they were like, my kids kept asking, how's your? I had like a Cajun pasta. They were like, how's your food? I said, oh, it's
Delicious.
I said, it's very authentic, very authentic. And they could tell the whole, my kids thought it was funny that I was pissed.
I would have too.
Well,
You were like, man.
that's when, yeah, when your kids are on the sideline and they're just every now and then lob a little hand grenade out in the middle of the table, see if it blows up.
They're just giggling, looking
And
at
they
each
know
other.
that I'm going to see if I can catch this fire.
Hey, so when you go to Franklin or 2M and you get that big plate of just brisket, sausage, like everything.
Yeah.
That's about $200.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
If you're headed toward a pound of brisket, you're going to be well over $100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the most expensive barbecue tray I've ever put together is like $300.
Yeah, you can
That's
spend it.
usually that's got beef rib or beef cheeks or something like that on it. But
Okay. Usually the ribs are more expensive.
beef ribs high dollar.
See, I don't know about that in Flea Bottom.
Well, yeah,
I don't
they ain't cooking beef ribs over there by you.
No.
Well, those are still prior to cooking cheap cuts of meat.
Right.
I mean, prior to the cook.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
they're
relatively.
They're
I mean,
accessible as far as it's not ribeye prices.
yeah. The other thing about places like Franklin and those places is like you're talking about prime brisket versus
And Franklin's a Michelin star one?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
OG.
yeah,
They have one?
They're
One
OG.
Michelin star or 2?
no, just one.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were the first.
But yeah, like
I've seen their videos and how they prep everything.
there's places here.
It's kind of cool.
There's places here locally that serve choice brisket because a lot of people don't want to pay prime brisket prices.
No.
So they're like,
So if you buy a choice brisket, it's about $80, but a prime brisket is about $200.
Not quite there. Well, talking about size.
Yeah,
But I think as far as the
like an
price
average
escalation, you're right.
15-pound.
As
Yeah.
far as the difference in price, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably about right.
But can you tell the difference?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, even the
Okay.
best artists can't take
A
that cut of
choice.
meat and make it match a great cut of meat. Even the best.
No,
But,
okay.
you can ruin a good
to
cut
know.
of meat
Good
and
to
bring
know.
it down.
Quality matters. Man.
Yeah.
Quality matters. Yes, yes. Like when you go to Ruth's Chris, you'll get a better steak than you can get at Applebee's. It's
Or
just-
Chili's.
or
So I hear.
Chili's for that matter.
But
I've been
hear-
to Applebee's, but
I'll
not
tell you
Chili's.
what, you should have gotten the baby backs.
yeah,
Just saying.
Oh,
they had made a
they're-
whole commercial about it,
they are prominently featured still on their menu.
and you wanted Q.
And it was so funny. We walked into that Chili's and there was like 3 other people there, and I was
Three
like,
other sad people,
And,
sad dads.
"Oh, I'm guessing all of their wives told them we don't want to wait
Yeah.
around
Were you supposed to be at Hoppy Monk too?
for delicious barbecue and cold beer."
Yeah. What kind of beer you got to get?
Did y'all
here?
relate in the bathroom?
They stand there. So now I'm drinking Bud Light here at Chili's,
I was so bitter last night. I was
Eating a-
so bitter.
dressed up McRib.
Yeah, it was a big it was a dad loss last night because like I said, I had looked forward to this all week.
Man,
It's why we can't have nice things.
See?
Yeah, that's the thing that happens.
So
when
did you walk in the house and agree to separate? What part of the house are you going to be in? Because I'm going to be in the other part.
Well, no, because by then she had already agreed to going to drink
'Cause-
beer, and of course she went and got a mocktail.
Oh, so y'all did go out after?
Oh yeah. And the
Well, then this wasn't a total loss.
well, by the time I got there, we walk in. They said, "Just so you know, we have no food. The kitchen's closed today, and we had a barbecue pop up there, sold out." And I was like, "Okay." Well, luckily I was already full on Chili's,
So you did get to go back and have some beer. So
but I did drink a
you
couple
left
beers.
that part out.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
tell you.
I mean, that's that's the little
Did you
morsel
have
that I
yourself
got dripped.
a strawberry frap?
Little morsel.
No, I drank beer. What do you
Well,
mean?
I had a beer with you that was a strawberry frap.
Oh no.
So did you have one of those
No,
kind of
I didn't
beers?
have that kind
Oh.
of beer. No. I went for IPAs,
Oh.
Rob. I went for IPAs last night. All right, we got more to talk about than just my
Your
my
barbecue
abusive
nightmare.
my
Buried
abusive
the
life.
lead. You did end up having a beer at Hoppy Monk. I thought you had just went home in disgrace after a average overpriced Chili's meal. So you did top it off with a little bit of frosting. I see. My glass is half full for you.
I mean,
You got a little bit of it.
you're talking about like sprinkling some
fine
sugar on a
You had a
on
fine Chili's meal.
a sheesh sandwich.
You had a
Like,
fine Chili's meal with your fam, and then you got to go back
Yeah.
and have a. I think you had a good night.
Okay, well,
think
yeah,
it's all
good-
in
that's
perspective.
Good for you. I'm glad you think
you
that
could.
for me.
Where else could you have gotten such authentic pasta?
You know what? I
Did-
don't know.
did it
Cajun.
have-
It was Cajun. It was
Did it
very,
have a Cajun kick to it? A bam, a Emerald's
Yeah,
bam.
I think it was probably akin to what you had in New Orleans a couple
I
weeks
bet
ago.
it was.
I bet it was
See?
very similar.
Well,
You
after
had that?
after my blood test, I got my Burger Boy yesterday.
See, you had Burger Boy.
Yeah, man, that's a treat for me.
I mean,
'Cause I don't eat I can't eat that all the time.
I would
That ain't
rather have
poverty.
Burger Boy. Did you spend $127 at Burger Boy?
No, we spent between my wife and I, it was 31.
Did you have fries? You
No,
had a crinkle fry?
no,
See,
I
that's
didn't. I didn't get the fries.
one of the primary reasons to hit the Burger Boy is the
Yeah.
crinkle fries.
I gave the fries to the dog.
I do
can't-
like the fries. I like their
can't
their
eat 'em.
fries. I like their milkshakes.
Yeah,
too.
man.
Good milkshakes.
Can't eat that either. All I ate was just the
See,
tri-
You already have a
triple.
kidney stone. You can just go
Yeah,
for
just
it, man.
power through, man. You're already across the finish line.
Yeah, well, I could, kind of force it to get
Grow
there
that
quicker.
sucker. Let's get
Yeah.
that thing big and fast.
Yeah, let's get it out of there.
No.
Let's grow that thing.
No.
Here, have a soda.
All right. Well, we get the Spurs big game last night for San Antonio. A unique watching experience. Like it was one of those games where I thought the Spurs were like you said it yesterday, profit taking. I thought they were dead and buried.
Yes.
They were not. We'll talk about it next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
good morning. Highway 90 westbound, that on-ramp from Military Drive. That's a stalled 18-wheeler blocking the entrance ramp. A stall at 410 northbound at Marbach is off to the shoulder. This road work on 35 southbound starting to slow down. Evans to Olympia Parkway should take you about 10 minutes to get through. And, of course, that ongoing closure downtown on 35. Lower level southbound closed 37 over to I-10. with traffic being forced to continue on to the upper level. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. In the automotive industry, time and trust matter. Miss an electrical problem and it can slow everything down. That's why Napa delivers electrical solutions the pros trust. The parts, tools, and expertise to catch problems before they become breakdowns. That's Napa know-how.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Cars, coffee, quesadillas. Bring your cars down. We'll walk across the street, grab some breakfast, go on a car cruise if you want to do that.
Cars, coffee, quesadillas sounds really good. Willie used to have a deal years ago.
Willie Nelson.
And it was successful for a few years.
What was that?
Golf and pot.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free? Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free? Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9. Restrictions.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson
You think I can just crash here tonight?
What? I figured. Did you ever find a gin blossom? You know what that is?
No.
A gin blossom is when you drink a bunch of gin, it bursts the capillaries on your nose, and they create little red spots that are known as gin blossoms. You could tell a guy who was alcoholic drank nothing but gin by the splotchy nose. They were known as gin blossoms.
I didn't know that's what that was.
Little nugget for you to take to work at 6:25 in the blessed
thank you.
AM.
I learned something today.
Yes.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that when I was drying out.
Did they go away?
No, look at it. That's just. I wear a lot of makeup.
I mean,
I think it might. I think it might.
That's wow. I guess I've noticed that before. I didn't know that's what it was from. I mean, I've seen drunk dudes.
Yeah.
That's a thing for them.
I tasted gin, and it's awful.
Gin and tonic on a hot day. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's like my wife's preferred cocktail.
I like it.
Gin and tonic.
She probably doesn't like a lot of sweet things, and it's a good bitter drink.
Isn't it dry?
Well, if you like IPAs, I don't know why you wouldn't like gin.
I don't dislike gin. I just like bourbon a lot more.
Yeah, bourbon is. But like I said, on a hot day, a good gin and tonic, that's a good refreshing drink.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to
ice cold Dr. Pepper Zero on a hot day.
Boring.
No,
boring.
Good. Yeah, gin is awful.
You're just jealous because you can't drink.
I just
once
never
a year.
got into it.
Your doctor doesn't allow you to.
No, not really, but
we all have our
we
methods. We all have our personal
we all have
preferences.
Our poisons. Yes.
Hey, well, you don't really have a poison though.
No, just vodka. And when I do, it's just vodka.
Once
and water.
a year.
Yeah.
Vodka.
I drink vodka.
Is your wife hotter when you're vodka drunk?
Oh yeah, she is.
See?
Yeah.
I bet you wish you.
I bet you're a lot more good looking too.
Remember, my wife's preference is the Long Island iced tea. So she loves those.
God.
Yeah,
I'm the one on the right.
I'm right
Seeing
here,
to you. I'm the one on the right.
I'm right here, babe.
It's like when we were at Beer Zombies the other day, someone came in and they just said, I'm looking for your highest ABV beer.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like that basically said, I don't care what it tastes like. I'm just trying to get hammered.
Yeah.
That's what the guy who drinks Long Island's wants. Like it's like
what's it called? A bad decision in a glass?
I get hammered. Long Island. Boom.
I remember going to the liquor store and asking the person, I need to make a Long Island. Can you get me the bottles for it?
Like
and she
just
goes,
grab 3 of them. Doesn't matter.
And she brought all this stuff. I was like, what is all of this?
Well, yeah, this is what you need.
Gin, it's got this, it's got that. Like
6 ounces of gasoline.
No one makes
kerosene.
No one makes Long Islands at home. Like
no,
you got,
it's all the leftovers.
No, my wife
call
does.
It a Long
my
Island.
wife does, and we even have a little measuring thing. For
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She loves them, man. Oh, I just okay.
All right.
I'm not complaining.
Hey, Spurs 110-107 win. They continue their hot streak. That's 10 in a row now. If you're keeping track. This was different than the last couple have been because this is a game where through 3 quarters they were thoroughly outplayed.
Yeah, they looked flat. They were flat-footed behind the game all.
I was watching that going, man, Rob was right about profit taking. Like this felt like they were just going to punt this one. And then the fourth quarter happened, and I don't know if the Spurs won it or the Raptors just crapped down their legs.
Well, it's a little both. It was certainly a little both. It was timely shooting for the Spurs. Wasn't great shooting, but timely. They made appropriate shots there about 8 minutes to go in the game when they really turned it. De'Aaron Fox got a couple steals and kind of impressed himself on the game. He's still not playing very well, but he had just enough, and Devin hit a great shot there late. Dylan Harper continues to just be a dog, even though he's missing some shots, but he played well, and they worked them for it. They didn't play great, but they just kind of chipped away, and like you said, Toronto, I think, kind of gave it away, certainly, and they took the game. You know, I had a coach one time. We had come into the locker room after what we thought was a good win. And he goes, you know, the thing about you guys is you judge a good team by their best win. You judge a great team by their worst win.
Yeah.
And
like, how do you look on your worst
day?
On
your worst night. And you guys are just good. Yeah, that was a good win, but you ain't great because you had to do everything right tonight to win. Nothing went wrong for you. I mean, yeah, it's easy to win when everything's falling right and guys are, missing their free throws and they're opening the door for you. Last night, was a terrible night.
Yeah.
Wemby played. He damn near lost the game.
Well, Wemby was elite on one end and dreadful.
Yeah,
Wemby was a terrible offensive player last night.
He has learned to focus his little energy, whatever he had, at least it was on the defensive side.
Yeah.
So that's a very vet-savvy move. But all in all, they were flat-footed behind the chains all night long. You know, it's 2 minutes to go in the game. You have managed a 4-point lead, and you don't even know how you got there.
I didn't understand it either.
And then we have a chance to stretch the clock. We get an offensive rebound, 2 minutes to go in the game. We can pull 20 seconds off the clock before we do anything. Wemby does some sort of through-the-legs fadeaway three for no reason. Clanks it off. They go down to score, and we have opened the door back up. And then it just becomes, for the next minute and a half, a comedy of errors on both sides. I mean, Toronto was equally as inept.
Yeah,
and the Spurs fell ass backwards into a win. And that's the kind of thing that, to me, is the most important takeaway from last night, is they have reached a level where they can play poorly, and still find a way to win.
Yeah.
That's a big step in the maturation process of a team. And you combine that with the trap game nature of this, coming off of a big win. You combine that with just the physicality of the game they had to go through. I thought Wemby, if he hadn't played, it wouldn't have surprised me. And it looks like he might not have should have played. I mean, for 3.5 quarters, it just wasn't a whole lot. So, hey, man, great win. It was ugly as all get out. But when you can steal something like that, which we did,
yes,
get out of town fast. Get out of town fast because you don't get those very often.
The Raptors led at one point by 15 points and poo-pooed it. And that was the weird part was the Spurs, if you're going to come back and win, the idea that they shot 57% from the free throw line. It is so hard to win any game against a competitive team if you're shooting 57% from the line.
And your point guard, Darren, the guy with the ball in his hands most of the time can't hit a free throw. Come on, brother. You're going to have to step that up.
It was in his head or something last night. But the Spurs, who I've given a lot of grief for being a bad three-point shooting team, last night was the good version. 44% from three.
Timely, man.
Yeah, I mean, you shoot 44% from three, you're in good shape.
Devin's smoking right now. He is in fuego.
But that was a game where a game that it felt like the Spurs would have lost most nights, and right now there's something going on with this squad that they are not. They're not losing games they should normally lose. They're finding ways, and that's a great trait to have for a young team.
I tell you, just revel in this because you're watching a team grow before your eyes, become something that they weren't just a couple of weeks ago. This is to take that kind of win in an ugly, awful game. Coming after that huge Detroit game, and you talked about it yesterday, there was incentive to go in there and get that game because you could take a full game away from Oklahoma.
And you did.
So there was reason for effort, and it was rewarded. They walked in after getting punched in the gut all night, sneaking out a win to find, hey, we pulled a whole game on OKC now, and we got Brooklyn in front of us.
Spurs are 2 games behind the 1 seed.
Let me tell you, as long as Chet and Jalen and SGA are sitting out, baby, make some rain. And we got Brooklyn coming. There's a reason to wake up in the morning and loosen up and go to stretch, and go through the shoot-around because these games, while it doesn't appear like they matter, if you're a Spur watching the standings, it matters, man. You're on fire, you're on the road, and you're catching them.
Yeah, well, all right, we'll continue talking Spurs today. It's Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Highway 90 westbound, that on-ramp from Military Drive. That's a stalled 18-wheeler blocking the entrance ramp. A stall at 410 northbound at Marbach is up to the shoulder. This road work on 35 southbound starting to slow down. Evans to Olympia Parkway should take you about 10 minutes to get through. And, of course, that ongoing closure downtown on 35. Lower levels, southbound, closed 37 over to I-10, with traffic being forced to continue on to the upper level. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. Member FDIC.
For decades, Rudy's Barbecue has been serving San Antonio incredible barbecue. They've also been a legacy community champion, and now is no different. Every time you visit Rudy's Barbecue, you're invited to make a $10 donation to the Puppy Food Bank, and Rudy's will give you $15 in free barbecue on your next visit. So head on over to Rudy's Barbecue for a great meal and help the Puppy Food Bank support pet rescue shelters at the same time. This Rudy's Barbecue offer is a doggone good deal.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagel. You know, now is a great time of year to get your roof inspected and ready for our crazy spring weather. Be it hot, cold, rain, or hail. Who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us this year? Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. You know, your roof protects your home and your family. A quality roof overhead means comfort, confidence, and certainly peace of mind. Now is the time to get your roof ready for spring. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Foreigner, celebrating 50 years.
You're as cold as ice.
5 decades of hit songs.
It feels like the first time.
Come alive on one stage. Foreigner, October 13th, Majestic Theater.
For a girl like you.
Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at atgtickets.com. All the hits on one stage. Foreigner, celebrating 50 years, live.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LAUGH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LAUGH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LAUGH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the NFL Combine continues out in Indianapolis, and the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys expected to talk.
All the reaction from the Spurs north of the border against the Raptors.
And then we've got the Texans. What are they looking for in the Combine? The General, John McClain, will join us.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Is he talking about marijuana?
Cypress Hill does not speak of the devil's lettuce.
No, they're far from it.
I wouldn't think.
I think this has something to do with chamoy or some sort of spice.
Beating his chest like King Kong. Okay. Shinobi. Oh, I like that. Hey, good morning, everybody. AJ and Rob on a small Friday. We're almost there, guys.
Yeah.
Even guys like me who had to eat at Chili's last night instead of instead of the meal that I waited all week for. Got replaced with Chili's. And you want to know the honest truth?
Wow.
I could have vetoed Chili's. You know why I didn't?
Why?
I wanted to. It was
so you could play the victim.
I wanted to be the martyr. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to be I wanted to hold that over.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, they don't give a crap.
They didn't care. No one cared.
Crap. You're
no
already
one cared.
the victim.
Yeah, and I was a victim.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I would have eaten wherever they told me to go eat last night. If they said go get a salad, I would have gone and eaten a salad. Yeah.
That's blasphemy.
You should have gone around the corner and gotten falafel.
Well, Rob.
Or get chicken tenders from somewhere.
No, you should have chosen something just abstractly bizarre. Like, all right, then we're going to have Pakistani.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go have some.
No, go to the Asian buffet.
Yeah, we're going to. No, but it can't be just. No, you have to have chosen something. Just, it's either going to be barbecue.
Getting my wife to eat at an Asian buffet, that ain't happening.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, come on, babe, let's go.
All right, if it's not that, then.
Yeah, the Chinese buffet. Here we go. Oh, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen.
It's good like once every few months.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but
my wife doesn't do the Chinese buffet.
Mine doesn't either. She's out.
They've read too many
my wife loves
health department score things about those.
Exactly. Slime in the ice machine.
Not gonna do that. I don't know what's in them dumplings.
Yeah.
All I know is it tastes good. Huh?
That's all I care about, for real.
They cover it up with the spice.
I didn't have any problems eating at the buffet at Bellagio. I ate plenty of Chinese food at that buffet.
See? Do you eat sushi there?
They didn't have any sushi there.
Yeah, I can't. My wife loves sushi. I can't stand it.
What?
I don't like sushi.
Oh, I do.
I tasted it one time, and
if you don't watch them make it, don't eat it.
Yeah, sushi at the Chinese buffet is probably not my best move, but yeah, I do love sushi. But they didn't have any of that at Chili's. It was not on the menu.
That's Thursday night.
Was not on the menu.
They call them chili rolls.
With flies and everything.
No, it's deep fried. It's baby back rib that at the end of the week.
Gross.
They roll in the old rice.
Yeah.
And they use the lettuce and they make it look like seaweed. It's really a good.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
No.
And then they drizzle that sauce that comes with the Southwestern egg rolls on top.
They call it chili wax sauce.
Uh-huh.
I don't want any chili wax sauce. Oh, what the hell is that?
Oh, man. All right. We were talking Spurs, and I do want to get more into the game tonight. Obviously, the Spurs, this should be a win.
Tonight, if I'm Mitch Johnson, it's everybody who has played less than 12 minutes in the last 3 weeks, you get to play a lot tonight. This is the bench night. If you, Carter, you better stretch out tonight. You're going to get some minutes.
Oh, Kelly Olynyk.
Jordan McLaughlin. If there's ever been a time for Mason Plumlee to get healthy, this is your get-ready game because this is a JV. We don't care. We want to win. We're going to do everything we can to win, but we're riding pretty high right now. So I think that, and I think they have an opportunity to take another half game. So there's certainly reason to go effort, but at the same time, I think Wemby needs a break. I think he needs a blow. He looked a little tired last night, so Do you have the box in front of you? I wonder how many minutes he ended up with. I pegged it. I thought he'd stay around 20.
I knew it would go higher once the game got competitive at the end.
He did play those last 5 where they probably didn't.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Wow.
Yep.
So that makes me think even more so that one, his wind is here. He's finally got that. He's in game shape now, which he did play 30 last night, which I didn't think he'd be able to. But you're playing a terrible team tonight.
You're playing a terrible team. They have the second worst record in the NBA. They have the fewest home wins in the NBA. This should be a walkover, for lack of a better term. This should be a game where you can just kind of show up and half-ass try and still win. Spurs are 12.5-point favorites on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if we're going to skillfully manage minutes, or are we just going to say DNP? Are we going to name 2 or 3 dudes that we're not even going to suit you up? I'm really curious how they're going to handle it.
Well, I don't believe that Wemby is going to sit out because they still want him to get these awards.
The minutes, right. But whatever that minimum is. But De'Aaron Fox, I don't know if he needs more time or less. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he needs a break or needs to actually play some more minutes. But
he actually had a good game outside of the free throw line.
Yeah, he's still not all the way back, though, man. Yeah, he did have a good game. Thank goodness he did. But there's still something missing. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Maybe shooting 25% from the free throw line.
That doesn't help. Seriously, and it's in his head.
I wouldn't be opposed to giving him a break. I wouldn't be opposed to giving Devin a break the way he's carried a load the last couple games.
I wish we had the ability to show you some tape. Watch Devin's jump shot last night, and then go back and find a game about a month ago and look at the difference in his jump shot. His apex release, he is releasing now at a much higher point. So he's firing at a higher point, and it's working for him. He's elevating more. They've worked on his release point, and it has changed. At least right now, he has found the groove. He is shooting as well as he has his entire career.
All right, we'll be right back. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale our no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I waited because yesterday the new list for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees came out. And I said, well, we can't do this list while Vic's gone. Vic conveniently needed a day off to go to the doctor.
Yeah. It's only my health.
Yeah, big deal.
Big deal, you know.
We all know you're on the way out anyway. Might as well just show up to work.
Now they're just trying to get me to pay all the money for insurance.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But we will, let's say let's go with the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to take a look at the newest nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we're gonna submit our ballots.
As usual, you'll go, they're not already in?
Yeah, but Rob...
For every one of them. For every one of them. You're like, oh, I thought they were already in.
I thought at least 2 of these people were.
Yeah.
I want us to all submit our ballots and see who should be in and who should be out. But we'll do that coming up later on in the program. I was glad to see that, because we've talked about it the last couple days, and there's been a lot of negativity about the Team USA men's hockey. I was glad to see the women, particularly like the stars of the women's team, stand up for the men and say they've been very supportive of us. We're not going to let that moment ruin what we think is our relationship with this men's team. They showed up at the cafeteria, the day after we won, and were so thrilled for us that we considered we consider this a nothing burger.
So let's put it to bed.
Yeah. So I was glad to see that happen. So all the media who are putting on their superhero capes for the women's team, they're fine with it.
Simmer down.
Yeah, they're good. They said this is good. So I was happy for that. And the men said, maybe we should have reacted differently. They tried to take some ownership. Let's remember these guys for what they did on the ice, which is such a big deal. All right.
But before we go any further, it's too bad that they're going back to work. You know what I mean? Maybe we get a special dispensation. They get a couple days off.
So there are 5 players who on the Golden Knights who played for either the U.S. or Canada. Not one of them played last night.
Well, no, I'm talking about these guys should be all together on Kimmel. They should be all together promoting this.
I don't disagree.
You guys can go play the games. We're going to get people to watch them in the next month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They should be doing more media tours. Yeah. And Jack Hughes, address the whole Devils Arena last night. It was a cool moment. So, yeah, these guys they're making stars out of these guys. All right, we got 3 hours to go on a Thursday. Morning Huddle 94.1.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
When orders change, the whole family moves. And when one person pursues a degree, the whole family supports them. American Public University makes it affordable and flexible so military families can make an impact and keep family first. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
We're talking about the first-gen Camaro, but the 69 is the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get you where you're going in a hurry. I've probably had 50 69s.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Now, 68 is different than 69.
No,
Everybody wants
Well, the body line's a little different on 68.
Upside down and sideways on them.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Shh, here she comes.
Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop. Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations. Also, there's a beehive outside your store, and they're super aggressive. There's thousands of them.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired. Gross.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale on no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale, new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I put on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Come on. No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid.
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offers end March 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Just cleared that trouble spot at 281 northbound at Hildebrand. That was a stall. That's now gone. We do have a stall reported at 410 westbound San Pedro. It's in the right lane, so just occurred. A little bit of stop and go from Wetmore. Starting to fill in, slow down, 90 eastbound, 211 over to 410. That's now about a 10, 12-minute rush. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs continue their slash and burn campaign. 10 straight wins now. They survived a tough one in Toronto, holding off the Raptors 110-107. Devin Vassell stays hot with 21 points, while De'Aaron Fox added 20 in the win. They're back at it again tonight in Brooklyn. They'll take on the Nets with a tip-off at 6:30. In college football news, here we go. The University of Cincinnati is suing ex-quarterback Brendan Sorsby, who transferred this year to Texas Tech. Cincinnati is citing that he breached his NIL deal that covered the 25 and 26 season. It had $1 million buyout if he transferred. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. AJ and Rob on a Thursday, getting you through here. You heard Rob mention it in the Sports Center update. Finally done, by the way, Rob. It was very good.
Restaurant quality. It's all the production.
Brendan Sorsby, the new quarterback at Texas Tech University, is being sued by Cincinnati. And I think Cincinnati is probably got a good case
Looks
here.
like it. We've been waiting on this.
And this is, now, most everyone's instinct is feel bad for the college kid who's getting sued by the big bad university. This is what should be happening if you want to be treated like businessmen and you want to get this money. You want to be treated like a pro athlete, and you sign these contracts. And now there are people, hey, are you going to hold them to contracts that they sign when they're 19 years old? Well, how are you going to give 19-year-olds millions of dollars? You find a way.
Oh, you're legal to contract at 18. Now,
yes.
Under that, you have to have, there's other circumstances, but you can still sign the deal. You just have to have somebody of majority sign.
So the way this went down was Cincinnati Sorsby signed a deal with Cincinnati that was a revenue share agreement that was a 3-year deal. 18 months. It was 18 months. He had already been there
2 seasons.
Yeah.
18 months.
Now it expires at the end of 2026, December of 2026. And if he transferred before it expired, he would have to pay a $1 million buyout.
Mm-hmm. He transferred.
He
didn't pay.
This seems really kind of open and shut, doesn't it?
I don't know, and it doesn't say in anything I've read the actual contractual language, why he believes, if he does in fact believe, that there's a basis in this contract that he didn't have to pay this $1 million buyout.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is. I don't know what their interpretation is, but I can tell you this. Because there is no overarching committee, organization, something to regulate this, that every NIL contributor, every collective, every coach, every school has been waiting for this. Now, it's an easy, when we turn it into contract law, I mean, that's a cut and dried kind of thing. But it looks like the contract law is going to be what regulates the NIL in lieu of anything else. And this will be, it appears, the first kind of lawsuit to set the precedent how these things are going to be done.
And hopefully this kind of reels in Wild West attitude
or
of
at least it will provide the contractual language that will hold up in court, so that when we sign whoever we is, Texas A&M, Cincinnati, that when they sign this NIL deal, that they're protected. They can't leave, and they will stay. And this is the lock that the university can't offer. This is the lock that the conference can't offer. This is the lock. This will stop the transfer portal, at least for the high-end guys, that now we got them locked in, not for play, but for pay.
Yeah. And the way that their contract was paid was, and this was where I'm guessing Sorsby thought he was going to get away with something, was the pay was all up front.
So he got all the cash.
And it basically explicitly says in the contract, the expectation is as Sorsby's play gets better and his brand improves, Cincinnati then reaps the benefits in year 2 of this contract, where after giving him all this money. And Sorsby was like, well, I got the money.
And now a bigger school's calling.
I ain't got a bunch of money. It doesn't look like there's much more money coming out of this deal. I might as well jump ship here. Well, now it's going to be, and it may end up being like coaches, where now, like, does Texas Tech pay his $1 million buyout?
Well, it's funny you mentioned coaches. My mind, it kind of starts feeling like international soccer, where because there's no regulating body between a team in Saudi and a team in Spain. But for me to get that guy from Spain to Saudi, I just buy his contract. I don't have to go through any kind of organization, or I don't have to go through the NCAA or the NFL or the NBA. I just go to him or to the team and say, how much will it cost me to buy him? And I'll pay you the money plus his contract, and we move it along. That's what happens when you don't have a regulatory body. It just becomes entity to entity, and all that you can transfer is literally dollars and cents, not future draft picks, because there is nothing to give. I'm in another league entirely. I can't offer anything other than money.
So here's Sorsby's representative says, pursuing legal action against Brendan Sorsby is misguided. The University of Cincinnati, through its revenue share structure, paid him $875,000 for a season he fully completed, and in that time, he generated millions in value for the program. Attempting to recover those funds now sends the wrong message to current and future student athletes and risks damaging the long-term credibility of Cincinnati football. This is further disappointing given that Brendan parted ways with UC in what was a mutually agreeable manner. The money the university seeks to recover from him is nothing more than an unlawful penalty under Ohio law. Because UC has chosen to pursue this course of action, Brendan will aggressively defend the lawsuit and pursue any and all damages he incurs as a result of it.
Whoever wrote that sounds like his last name should end with J. Pritchett Esquire. That was very legally, lawyerly written. What are you talking about? Dude, you owe them the money.
His one-year contract with Texas Tech expected to pay him more than $4 million. Tech factored in, Texas Tech knew about the buyout process, and they factored the buyout into Sorsby's recruitment and Tech's revenue sharing budget, and basically said, "Hey,
you pay them.
We know you're going to have to give them this money." And now he's like trying to figure out how to.
Sounds like
have
Sorsby
his cake and eat it too.
Sounds like Sorsby is trying to be kind of slick.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, he's going to have to pay that buyout.
According to enforcement guidelines from the College Sports Commission, the organization that oversees revenue sharing, Sorsby's $1 million buyout must be accounted for by Texas Tech within their $20.5 million revenue sharing cap.
Oh, so Tech's trying to
Tech is not required to pay Cincinnati directly,
but they have to account for it. Knowing
it's almost like a salary cap thing.
So it feels kind of like Tech was doing all they could. I don't think I blame Tech here.
They understood that this was part of the deal, and that's why Tech's not even really named in the lawsuit, because as long as they don't spend that million on somebody else, they're not.
Yeah,
they're not cheating.
This sounds like Sorsby just didn't handle this well.
But I think the hope for Sorsby is that, like you said, this is the kind of the first time it's really gotten here, and he's hoping that under legal scrutiny, maybe it won't hold up.
There's something there that he can find a loophole for.
Right.
And
now,
it doesn't appear that. But
you remember the quarterback at Washington, DeMond Williams. He planned on.
Yeah, he made the deal. He just didn't sign it.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm out. And then he was like, just kidding. I'm coming back to Washington. And then Duke sued Darian Mensah after he announced that he was going to Miami. Now, Mensah transferred, but they reached a settlement before he transferred. So there may be wiggle room in these things, in some of them that there isn't in others. It also could be Washington was unwilling to budge. Duke was willing to budge if the money was right. And maybe it's going to be a case-by-case thing. But, again, I'm not a lawyer, but from what I've read, it seems pretty cut and dry.
This feels like he ran. But here's the other thing we have to take into consideration, and we've already seen this play out in another format, is they're bringing suit in Cincinnati, Ohio, I'm sure. And I'm sure the judge that's going to hear this case is probably a Cincinnati alum. Probably got some Bearcat stuff in his office. Probably feeling pretty comfortable about the initial ruling. We're going.
This will not be held in Lubbock.
No, this is not going to be held in Plainview, Texas. This is going to be in Cincinnati, Ohio. And we saw what goes down with a judge in South Alabama who wants to make sure his basketball team continues to win. So we'll allow a former pro that actually got paid to do this stuff to play in Alabama. So Cincinnati's playing on their home court. So we'll see how that. I think the threat of all this is going to end up with Sorsby paying whatever's due, or they're going to come to some agreement, because nobody wants to be ensnared in this. You don't want to. Tex doesn't want to be looked at as a vulture, though they are. I mean, they're going to swoop in, but every major team's going to be that way. And Cincinnati doesn't want to be viewed as a loser, as a team that can be picked clean of their good stuff by the other schools. So they want this to go to bed. And I think this will go away quickly. But I think most importantly is a precedent will now be set. Like, don't trifle with the NIL, because schools now will come get you. And there's going to be some lawyers that start specializing in this stuff and calling every school in the country. Like, if you got somebody that bails on this, call us. We'll go get them back, or at least get the money.
Well, and the other thing that maybe pushed Cincinnati to do this is, okay, you finished year one of a 2-year deal. Cincinnati claims they paid him $1.5 million roughly in one season of this revenue sharing, which is, I mean, it's a good amount of money. Paid him $1.5 million. They got their first bowl bid since 2022. And before the bowl game, he said, I'm out. I'm entering the transfer portal. I'm not playing in the bowl game. And then it's like, wait a minute. Like, now it's even worse. Like, had they gone 5-7 and they're not playing a bowl game? No, this is the first time they made it a bowl in 3 years. And you don't even play in the bowl game because you're already transferring out, that ain't going to work for us after I handed you a $1.5 million check.
Right, you can just sit your ass down. You can watch the game, but you ain't playing anywhere else.
Yeah. So if you might, if you want to leave, you can give us our money back. And if you don't want to give us our money back, you could sit over here and bitch about it.
You'll now be known as the University of Cincinnati versus Silsby, or whatever his name is. You're going to be the name
Sorsby.
Sorsby. You're going to be the plaintiff or the
case
the butt of the joke.
law. Yeah.
If you want to sit out, we'll leave you here.
Yeah. So I have a hard time believing that Sorsby doesn't come out of this thing without taking $1 million out of his pocket.
Well, schools like UTSA are paying real close attention. We're going to find a way that if we can't keep you from transferring, but we can financially strap you to this school.
Yes. And quite frankly, that's the way it should be.
Absolutely. The players have the right to contract, and if they decide to make that deal, you got to be a man, stand up to it.
Especially if you're signing these deals directly with the school, these revenue sharing deals, like, you got to hold up your end of it.
I just hope this is enough for everybody involved to finally go, when you deal with trials, you do deal with judges like South Alabama. You do get into some areas that the outcome is not guaranteed. Good does not always win in a trial. Facts do.
Yeah.
So you want to get this out of the lawyer's hands, man. Trust me, you got to go as far away from them as possible. You're going to have to find some sort of regulatory committee that everybody trusts and buys into, which is not going to be an easy thing, but there's going to be a silly outcome to one of these lawsuits that's going to scare everybody to death. And
all right.
I don't think this is it, though.
Well, I don't think the dollar amount is enough. Like, the fact that Sorsby's going to make $4 million next year and he's being asked to give up $1 million of it, this isn't like what's going to be, is going to turn the tides, because it's a percentage. At some point, though, they're going to be like, okay, it's going to be, you're going to make less money if you leave.
Right.
You're going to make less money than you would have made by staying. That's when it's going to be really punitive.
Seriously, and that's not. You're right. This isn't a very punitive thing. $1 million out if you're making $4 million. But I agree that we'll find that limit. I don't know where it is, and then it'll feel awful on both sides. Right now, everybody's excited. Hey, the colleges won. Hey, this might let's count one for the big guy. No, it's not going to last.
No. But eventually these guys, I mean, listen, and I think the universities are going to look at this closely and say, this is how we need to word these things and make sure that these guys don't have an escape hatch.
And the thing is, that'll be the first piece of paper these kids sign when they walk onto the campus. And it'll be good and bad. You're going to roll the dice. Some of these guys are going to outplay their deal, and a lot will underplay. But at the very least, the colleges will maintain or regain a little bit more control over their pipeline of talent.
Sounds like the NFL, doesn't it?
Very much so.
You want to be treated like it.
Yeah, and we don't want to go that far, but I do think we need to have a much bigger framework than we currently have.
All right. I want to talk some college hoop on the other side. That big game between UConn and St. John's didn't quite live up to the billing. We'll talk about it next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Hey, the weekend's almost here. Do you have big plans? You're going to head out of town and go have some fun as the weather's beautiful around here and the rest of the world's snowed in? I recommend go do it. And don't let the worry of your dog being taken care of keep you home. We know you love your dog. I love my dog, but man, a weekend away sounds kind of nice, and I don't want to have to wake up every morning to walk my dog. So let Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit love them while you're gone. Whether you're leaving early, coming back late, they're hop, skip, and a jump from the airport. They're easy to get to right there on 35 outside of 1604, over there by Gilman, though, over there on the northeast side. Easy, fun place to go to, man. I'll tell you what, when I pull into the parking lot, Avery starts losing her mind because she knows she's heading into 17,000 square feet of play space, in store and out. On those hot days, they can play in the water. They're always playing with dogs of the same altitudes, the same mentality, so you don't have to worry about roughhousing. They have fun, and also if you stand for a couple of days, the kennels are beautiful. You can tell by the cameras in there. You can set it up where you can look at your babies as they're going to sleep in each individual kennel. They've got all the training you're chasing, and also the grooming. What are you waiting on? That's Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. They're just outside of 1604. They're waiting on your babies early and late. Daycare, grooming, training, and boarding. They've got everything you're chasing. Go to BluebonnetBunkandBiscuit.com. Give them a call. Go by, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya, guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mist tints. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.com/same-day delivery.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Back-to-back days, I see.
Because it's damn good music.
Edwin played this yesterday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you should have.
No.
It was a big discussion point.
Really? Did he play this version?
No. He said, I said, why are you playing this? And he said, I played it on Sunday on Steve's show, and I just thought, well, I've already got it, so I might as well play it.
There's nothing wrong with it. You jumped him. This is Rush. There's nothing wrong with Rush.
Yeah, Rob asked me to play a Rush song this morning.
Oh!
He goes, all right.
Oh, now the truth comes out. What a scumbag.
It's going to be coming every day, too. Just be waiting for it.
I'll play another one tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe some...
what a scummy
subdivisions.
Rob tried to make me feel like I'm the one going crazy. Oh.
I'm telling you, man, this was the band back in the day.
No. It was a band that virgins listened to while they were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Nah, I wasn't playing Dungeons and Dragons. I did buy moving pictures twice because my tape melted.
See?
All right. All right. Enough already.
All right.
We're going to go get tacos from Chili's.
Does Chili's do takeout?
Does Chili's do breakfast tacos?
I don't think so.
With rubber tortillas?
Ramon says the only negative here is what athlete wants to go to Cincinnati, the schools that sues players. And I think what they'll say is, like, listen, we sued him because he didn't. And most of the players that are coming in are wide-eyed and excited that, man.
But he's right. You don't want to have it out there that you sued a former player. That's why I think this is going to be settled relatively quickly. They didn't want to sue him.
But you also don't want players to think they can run roughshod on you.
No, this had to be done. They finally did sue him. It wasn't like they weren't going to do it to save face, but this isn't a good look for anybody. He looks like a thief. They look like they're a jilted lover. Let's settle this and carry on. And what makes it even worse is, what's the Big 12 commissioner, Sorsby? What's his name? This is an interior war. This is going on inside the conference. So you got conference issues in here too. It's just a mess.
Brett Yormark.
Yeah. So this is one of those kind of things that I imagine that the Big 12 offices are going to get settled as fast as possible and are going to try to lean on some kind of earlier quick decision by the judge.
I wanted to talk a little hoop. UConn moved to 26-3 last night.
Look out, man.
They played, this was a battle of the top two teams in the Big East, and they beat St. John's 72-40.
Well,
4-0.
I watched the second half of this game.
This was a men's game, by the way. They scored 40 points.
I've never seen a team go that cold. I literally.
What happened?
They missed their last 15 shots. They went. It felt like an hour without making a basket. So a lot of this was just absolute pressure from UConn. I mean, my goodness. I mean, it was everything you expect from a Hurley-coached defense. Big, strong dudes playing big, strong defense. But a lot of this was just St. John's can't shoot to save their life. I mean, they're missing layups. They're missing bunnies. So there's a combination of two things going on last night.
There was a run from the 13-minute mark in the first half to the 6-minute mark in the first half that was a 20-1 run for UConn. Then there was a run from the 15.5-minute mark to the 5 and a little over a half mark, a 10-minute span in the second half that was also a 20-1 run. So there was about, let's call it 20 minutes of this game.
Half the game.
Where the score was 40-2.
That's half the game.
No.
It was
a college game.
It looked like, your typical early season basketball tournament in high school where a little town showed up at a big town and just got waxed. I mean, it was never competitive. They never had an opportunity, and any open shot they did have, they were scared and missed. It was as bad a night as Rick Pitino, I would say, has ever had as a head coach, and he's been coaching for 40 years.
The Red Storm didn't make a field goal in the final 17 minutes of the game. 17 minutes without a field goal to close out the game.
So obviously St. John's ain't that bad. I mean, we know that the
17 minutes and 28 seconds, pardon me.
The Big East ain't prized property anymore. But is there reason enough? I didn't pull a whole lot of fear of UConn out of it. But I do know this, that they're getting better. Their offense doesn't scare me. Their defense does. They played a huge role in what happened to St. John's, although St. John's also played a huge role in what happened to themselves. But UConn is a team that has gotten very little pub. They're in a low-end conference this year that could end up a 2 seed.
Yeah, I think I feel like they'll probably be overseeded. I'm not high on UConn.
They can't score like they should, but that don't forget that kind of defense. That's the kind of stuff that travels.
You say that, but it was 1 week ago that UConn lost 91-84 at home to Creighton, who is dreadful this season.
I think they were focusing too much on one subject.
And Hurley came out after that game and said, our defense has been a joke. So,
well, whatever drills they were running since then worked.
I guess so. But, I mean, it's not unusual. Teams that have been there and done it, typically they heat up around this time.
Yeah,
of
he's
year.
rounded into form. Coaches know how to turn up the gas a little bit. They're under quick, but they're awfully big.
But also, like, I mean, St. John's best player had 1 point in the first half.
It's terrible.
Man. I think it could have just been an off night.
I'm telling you, if you ask Pitino today after he calms down, what's your worst night of coaching in the history? And this will be one of the top 3. I mean, when you watch a team 40-2 in 20 minutes of play.
Now, this was like you could argue Pitino could have handled it a little bit better after. He did.
Did he go Jerome Tang?
He did credit UConn,
okay.
and he owned the loss, saying it was on me. But instead of taking questions for 4 or 5 minutes, he opted not to. He gave one statement, took one question. The whole thing lasted less than a minute and 15 seconds, and he was out of there. He said, "We're still playing for a championship. Doesn't matter whether you lose by 1 or 40. The league championship's still at stake. Obviously, we got to make corrections and move on." There you go.
I'm not mad at him.
This was just on Wednesday morning, so yesterday morning before the game. This was at 8:26. Rick Pitino tweeted, "Just finished breakfast in Hartford with the team. 13 players, 5 coaches, a special priest, all looking at their phones. No conversing. This is the next discussion coming with my wonderful group."
Oh, today's going to suck for the Red Storm.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bad day on the basketball floor.
Yeah.
This is the type of practice you show up and you walk into the gym and there's no basketballs. Nowhere to be seen are there basketballs. And then you start looking
It's just
by
a court with lines.
Just a bunch of coaches standing around holding clipboards and stopwatches. And then you notice there are garbage cans placed at the bottom of every level of stair. And then you find out you're going to keep doing whatever you're going to be doing until every one of you throws up into one of those trash cans.
Yep. Now UConn they've got control. They control their destiny with regards to winning the regular season because as long as they beat Seton Hall and Marquette, they will win the tiebreaker. They would be I guess it'd be co-conference champions, but like in the history books, it'll go down as a title.
You get the trophy.
But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be like the thing that launches UConn, but a loss like this could certainly spiral St. John's out of the mix. And they've already been kind of meh against top competition. They're 1-4 against ranked teams this season. Maybe a little fool's gold anyway. We've talked about how bad the Big East this year.
St. John's is a tough guy team. They're going to tough guy you. They're going to beat you up, and the teams that can be bullied, they're going to beat.
Yeah, but yeah, that is one of the more embarrassing losses I've seen a team take in a long time.
It was ridiculous to watch. It was almost it was like watching a car wreck happen. You couldn't turn the channel because you couldn't believe it had been 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes without a basket. I mean, just missed and flops and bad passes after another. It became a comedy of errors, the likes of which I've never seen a Pitino team go through.
Now, it wasn't the only embarrassing loss that happened last night. Texas, they lost 84-71 against Florida, and there's really no shame in the loss there, but it's the way that they lost this game.
You got to defend away from the basket.
Texas was in control of this game in the first half. They looked like they were going to be able to hang with Florida, and they finished the game on it was 64-61 Texas with 7.5 minutes to go in the game. In the last 7.5 minutes of the game, Texas scored 7 points. Florida scored 23. You cannot let that happen. At home in a game that you're in control of against one of the best teams in the country, and you melt like that. 7 points in the last 7.5 minutes, that is a disastrous result for Texas, who is kind of bubbly to begin with. Mm-hmm. Beating Florida would have taken them right off the bubble and said, yeah, you're a tournament team. Couldn't do it. And like I said, losing to Florida is not the bad thing.
Yeah.
Losing the way you did is the embarrassing thing for Texas.
The number isn't too bad either. It's if you happen to see how it happened is the scary thing. If you're a voter and you saw that happen, you're going to check out on Texas.
Arkansas 99, Texas A&M 84 was a weird game.
A&M made it interesting.
The first half was not nearly as high scoring as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And then in the second half, Arkansas puts up 62 points. They get the track meet that we all expected. And Arkansas, I mean, listen, man, it's hard to beat Arkansas in that building.
And Arkansas, like UConn, is trending up. They're playing better basketball.
They're very, very good right now. Although they can't play, much like Kansas, you can't play your tournament games at home.
Don't you wish? You get to take a cuff with you, and that helps.
And then Gonzaga got their revenge last night.
We saw that coming.
They played Portland at home in the Kennel, 89-48, avenging their one West Coast Conference loss of the season.
Ooh.
Beating Portland by 41 points.
And I bet if there was more time, they'd have beat them by 60.
I think you're right, because they did not. This was a 36-21 game at halftime. They outscored them 53-27 in the second half. They turned it on in the second half.
Unleash the Kraken! Unleash the Kraken! Let's go home.
And not many people are talking about Gonzaga. They're
fair to middling.
It feels like typically Gonzaga is a team that is almost overhyped.
This is the least talented team that Few's had in probably 5 years, 6 years. There's just not a pro on this team.
That might be true, but like Graham Ike is a great college player.
Oh no, there's not. These are still
Huff is a
high
great
4-star players,
player.
but he doesn't have. Normally, there's at least one NBA player on that team, not a shiny, first-round draft pick, but a dude that has NBA skills that will, right the ship when they have problems. They don't have that right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But they are their only losses this season. They lost to Michigan, and then that loss to Portland.
Inexplicable. Yeah, they're a good. Shoot, I wouldn't want to play him because Mark Few is one of the best coaches to ever do it. So
Yeah.
he'll doesn't know you to death.
But also their schedule in the non-conference that looked like it was going to be a pretty decent schedule. Most of the teams that they beat have ended up being not very good. Oklahoma, not very good. Creighton, typically good. Nope, not this year. Alabama's down this year. They beat them. Maryland is Maryland's a disaster. They beat Kentucky. They beat Kentucky by 35 points.
Yeah.
And now in hindsight, you go, yeah, that's okay. That sounds about right.
None of those are good
UCLA beat
measuring
them.
stick games.
No.
They all look like they should have been.
On
but none
paper,
of them
they
were.
should have been.
Yeah.
None of them ended up being.
But they're still not the team that he has normally fielded. It's just not as talented. But the good news is they're a bit older, so I expect they won't have those kind of meltdowns against tough guy teams that they typically have because they are a bit older than normal.
Well, they play probably their biggest game of the year now. They are at St. Mary's on Saturday. That's the game in the West Coast Conference. They beat them earlier this year 73-65 at home. It's funny, they beat them and they followed that up with the Portland loss. So they were riding high.
Mm-hmm.
Now riding high off smacking Portland. I'm sure this is a game they will always be focused for. This is the game between the two top conferences in this team every year.
They know each other front to back.
But yeah, that's going to be a fun one on Saturday. All right, I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy, the place to play. And again, I don't want to say I was, I don't like to just pat myself on the back all the time. But we did talk about Wemby maybe playing not as much, not as hard as he did the other night, and maybe looking at lower on him. Well, guess what? Wemby did not have a great offensive game. It was a good day to play the lowers on Victor Wembanyama, and that's the way the game works. You pick your favorite player. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Simple. And if you're right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. 5,000 times your money just for being right on higher or lower on their stats. I'll probably look at some of the role players tonight for the Spurs at higher, because I do think some of the top tier guys are going to be playing minimal minutes. But I might look at some of these guys like Champagny and Harrison Barnes to have a big night, because I expect them to sort of shoulder the load this evening. Maybe even Dylan Harper get a little more run time out there. Download the app today. Use your promo code ALAMO. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms_DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a couple of stalls. 410 northbound Old Pearsall Road off to the shoulder. Another on I-10 westbound just before Ackerman, right shoulder blocked. Filling in and slowing down on 90 eastbound 211 to 410. That's now about a 15-minute commute. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about this early morning, call us on the traffic tip line, and we'll check it out. That number is 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Well, Joel, it's my favourite time of the year. It's rodeo time, and I've got the best quarter moon marketing idea ever. It's all about branding. So I've got this. It's called a branding iron.
Folks, you don't need a branding iron to remember Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon has the expertise, local talent, and fast, reliable service.
So how does the branding iron work?
Well, are those new pants?
Yes, why?
Turn around.
Turn around my...
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899.
License number M16004. TACLA 141074E.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Furnished by IntelliBrands.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new patented Legsercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
Using Legsercise made walking painless again.
Legsercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
I have much less swelling and no more tingling.
Call right now and order your very own Legsercise Pro, the new proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now.
These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
It's impossible to have a bad day when you started with Chick-fil-A.
Hi, I'm Miles.
And this is Grant.
And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is
how the fluffy, crispy goodness wakes us up in the morning. The chicken is crispy, the biscuit is soft, it's iconic.
Throw some jelly on it, you could throw some honey on it. It helps me kick off the day.
The hash browns are great. And I really like the shape of them too. Little circles of crispy goodness. Yeah, those early morning chicken biscuits are just great, man.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying two phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the NFL Combine continues out in Indianapolis, and the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys expected to talk.
All the reaction from the Spurs north of the border against the Raptors.
And then we've got the Texans. What are they looking for in the Combine? The General, John McClain, will join us.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Baby. Hey, everybody. Morning Huddle 94.1. I love ladies with style and grace.
You ever been to the Club 11 in Miami?
No.
That's where the hockey team celebrated appropriately.
Oh, yeah?
Pat McAfee picked up their $150,000 bar tab.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
What a guy.
Pat McAfee surprised Team USA by paying their entire tab. Thank you for representing the United States of America in such a great way, he said. It was an honor to watch you win and enjoy the hell out of it. Tonight, all of your drinks are on me.
Wow. $150K for 25 dudes' drinks.
I think they were having some Long Island iced teas.
I don't know.
I was going to say.
They're drinking.
They drank a lot of Pappies.
They're drinking Louis and Pappy.
I was going to say.
There was some champipple running through
yeah, there we go.
Jampagne.
There we go.
Jampagne and champipple.
Oh.
Magic moments.
Yeah. Baby. No, good for them, man. That was that's a class move by old Pat McAfee. Mm-hmm. You know, Pat McAfee, full of class.
He got money. It's all right.
Oh, yeah.
He all right.
Oh, that was nothing. That was like $10 to him.
Yeah, he'll be okay. B. Hannon says nail-biter yesterday in San Antonio, 82-81 ECU over UTSA.
They had it. I had it in our sports center.
I
was making too much fun of them. They almost won a game. Damn it.
I mean, well, listen, I was glad when they beat Charlotte. That gave them a conference win, so they weren't going to go winless in conference.
It was in their hands last night. I mean, I think they had the lead with 3 minutes to go. I mean, it was that close.
So East Carolina is the second worst team in the American Conference. Now they're
picking on the appropriate villain.
Yeah. So what's left for UTSA is a home game against Wichita, who is
that's not going to work.
That's going to be a loss. Yeah. Wichita's pretty solid. And then their last road game of the season is a week from Sunday. So they play on Sunday against Wichita. A week from Sunday they play on the road at Rice.
They get a week off?
Yeah.
Before their last game of the regular season? That's odd.
Now, Rice is, after UTSA and East Carolina, they're the next worst team in this conference.
Go out with a bang, not a whimper.
But Rice already came here to San Antonio and beat them by 16 points.
We've been holding back.
So,
keeping the special plays for the closeout.
Holding out.
Bust out the fancy jerseys.
Well, the good news is UTSA will always have that 97-30 win over Biblical Studies back in November.
We would have had another one, but Sisters of the Poor canceled.
Well, they did beat Southwestern Christian also.
Good grief!
So that's two of their 5 wins this season. One came against Biblical Studies, the other came against Southwestern Christian. But yeah, they've got 3 wins this season against Division I opponents.
Oh man, I'll be. I don't want to say anymore.
That's all right.
Good grief!
I think we all kind of know what's going on here.
Maybe it might be time to.
Poor guy. I mean, it's funny when they hired Austin Clonch, I was like, man, this is probably a pretty good get.
I don't think he had. It was. I don't think he had any idea that.
I don't think he did either.
And with every passing day, we all like Coach Henson, Steve Henson, here a long time. We realized what a good job he actually did. I mean, what considering what he was working with, this shows the situation that the basketball program's in.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
So Austin Clonch, when he was at Nicholls State, and he took a dumpster fire program, and by year 2 they were winning 20 games. They went his conference record by year there. Year 1, 7-11. Year 2, 15-5, 14-2, 11-3, 11-7. He has won 7 conference games in 2 years combined here at UTSA. Mm-hmm. That's not ideal. 7-27 in the American Conference for Coach Clonch. That ain't
merciful end.
That ain't going to get it done. Yeah, it really is sad that that's where UTSA's basketball program is. It's
anybody involved. I mean, we were hoping that the force of will that Clonch was going to bring could hold things together and at least maintain until he gets some financial support and some infrastructure support and all the things that are required to put together just an average program, not a great one. And none of that's come.
I would think like you could just even take local kids and at least.
I've stressed this for years. If you're not going to be phenomenally good with talent from without, go get talent from within and at least build a fan base.
Yeah, because right now, no one cares, and I can't imagine what a game looks like there right now.
Oh gosh, we know it's. I mean, they're playing in a barn. The sad thing is, coaches, you don't want to be told no by a local kid because that's embarrassing. So it's easier not to recruit. Instead of recruit a kid that you want them to stay home in San Antonio and they say yes to San Marcos, that looks bad. They say yes to Incarnate Word, that looks bad. So they don't really recruit against each other, and I think that's unfortunate.
Quite frankly, Incarnate Word's in a better spot right now than
you feel like it.
I mean,
they got a better gym.
Yeah,
at least they got a gym.
They won a handful of games, not a lot, but they won a handful of games. Now they also beat Jarvis Christian, Southwestern Christian, and Texas Lutheran.
Why are we all picking on the churches?
You got to find dubs where you can, Rob. Find dubs where you can, Bubba.
Biblical studies and
biblical studies is the best because all it is, it's a school full of guys who are planning to be preachers, and there's only like 200 people at the whole school, so they're like, all right. Yeah. So, which 12 of you future preachers are the best at basketball?
And we can't play Sundays or Wednesdays.
Nope.
We got church.
You're in.
We're busy.
You're in.
Gilbert said he was at a UTSA basketball game and Dr. Campos did not look happy.
Well, you got probably 50 people in the stands. They're probably getting run out of the gym by 25. And halfway through the game, some kid wanders on the court with a fistful of popcorn because the concession stand is literally on the sideline.
He walks across the court while the gameme's going on.
I've seen that happen. In a Division I basketball game, some kid stumbles on the court holding popcorn, not knowing he's standing on the court.
God, it's a sad situation at UTSA. Well, I mean, at least the football program hasn't gotten
onward
there.
And upward. Maybe the Cincinnati lawsuit will start holding on to some of those kids that Coach Traylor keeps losing.
And if you know what, quite frankly, like if you can only maintain one program, like you want to maintain the football program because that's a moneymaker. It's the moneymaker.
And Clonch came into it knowing full well that was going to be the case, but I think that even he is surprised by how low on the totem pole basketball seems to be. I think, and no degradation to any other program, but I certainly think that there's a couple of women's programs that might even justify being more high on the totem pole. So they make more money. They don't lose as much. They might actually be profit centers. So, long way to go. I mean, we jumped in to the pool. We knew when we were getting into this conference it was going to be expensive, and there were things that needed to be taken care of first, and they've done a pretty decent job with that. But now you got to go down the backside of your program, your athletic department, and kind of bring up the others.
Yeah, I got a feeling kind of much like Jerome Tang, probably like, oh, I got to get back to Scott Drew and just be his recruiter again. I'm guessing Austin Clonch is like, it's a lot better sitting down the bench from Nate Oates than it is running this disaster.
It's hard to be a basketball coach in a football state at a football school with not a lot of money.
Yeah. But again, I think maybe he thought, well, Alabama's a football school, football state.
But the third part, at least they had some money.
They had some money. Mm-hmm. That is the difference. And Alabama's worked hard to make their basketball program respectable. They are respectable.
Yeah, there's no problem there.
But if I were Austin Clonch, I might be calling Nate. I might be calling Nate and saying, hey, is that my seat still open? Can
Please?
you make room for me over there?
Because I'm going to be free in about 2 weeks. I'm not going to have anything to do, so if you want to go ahead and come get me.
Gilbert says UTSA baseball is getting 1,000 people at the games.
Yes.
Basketball, the bench can hear their criticisms.
And it's true. It's true. You can hear the coach screaming.
Well, dude, I mean,
look at that baseball team. It's a bunch of local kids.
And to be honest, all you got to do is, just be competitive. Somewhat competitive. Be compelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that is the move for baseball. If you can't get the best kids, get kids whose families will show up at the games.
That's right, man. It's a snowball effect.
Yep. So, unfortunately, that's where we are, but that's
what it is.
Quite frankly, where we are. Okay, Vic, when we come back, we're going to look at our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ballots. We're going to make the decisions. We're going to play some jams. We're going to jam out a little bit, and we're going to see who Vic thinks should be in, who Rob thinks should be in, and I'll give the right answers after all of that. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Rush is in.
San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Replace your wiper blades and save $10 on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Beam blade technology improves windshield contact for maximum visibility. Our professional parts people will even install your new wiper blades for free. Stop by your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or shop online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Get in gear at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 5-time dealer of the year. $13,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Silverado 1500s. 5.9% financing on new heavy duties for 84 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 Tahoe Premier. Ready to go electric? Get the 2026 Equinox EV with $13,000 off MSRP. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Because shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express-News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a couple of stalls. 410 northbound Old Pearsall Road off to the shoulder. Another on I-10 westbound just before Ackerman, right shoulder blocked. Filling in and slowing down on 90 eastbound 211 to 410. That's now about a 15-minute commute. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about this early morning, call us on the traffic tip line, and we'll check it out. That number is 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs continue their slash and burn campaign. 10 straight wins now. They survived a tough one in Toronto, holding off the Raptors 110-107. Devin Vassell stays hot with 21 points, while De'Aaron Fox added 20 in the win. They're back at it again tonight in Brooklyn. They'll take on the Nets with a tip-off at 6:30. In college football news, here we go. The University of Cincinnati is suing ex-quarterback Brendan Sorsby, who transferred this year to Texas Tech. Cincinnati is citing that he breached his NIL deal that covered the 25 and 26 season. It had $1 million buyout if he transferred. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Thursday. Getting through the week. We're getting there. We're getting there. Halfway there today. I'll take that. I napped for 4 hours yesterday. Bit of a miscalculation for me.
4 hours?
4 hours.
That's pretty impressive. That's well done. That's normally that's my Tuesday.
I couldn't do that. There's no way.
Oh, that's a good day.
Well, that's because you go to bed at a decent hour, Vic.
Yeah, I go to bed at 7.
Yeah, I go to bed at like 11.
Oh, ooh.
And then we wake up and come to work. So like I don't get all my sleep in one burst.
Right.
You've just like adjusted your whole schedule. I do what we call a split shift.
I think technically it's known as biurnal.
Oh, okay.
sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. All right. So, like I said, I wanted to do this yesterday, but Vic was lazy and didn't show up at work.
Trying to give away some of his kidney.
Yeah. And he ended up not even doing it. I got a feeling Vic didn't even go to the doctor yesterday, quite frankly.
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh,
There's
sure.
my poker.
He showed me the bruises on his arm.
All right. But the announced nominees for the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class. And there are 17. And the way the rules work is you can vote for 5.
Mm-hmm.
You get 5 votes. And now you're going to say,
okay,
all these guys are deserving. Oh, they're all deserving, you tell me.
They are, all of them.
But
and that list you sent me, that's everyone?
That's all
that's the
available.
nominees. This is what you've got to choose from.
Okay.
The nominees are.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh.
The Black Crowes, Jeff Buckley, Mariah Carey, Phil Collins, Melissa Etheridge, Lauryn Hill, Billy Idol, In Excess, Iron Maiden, Joy Division / New Order, New Edition, Oasis, Pink, Sade, Shakira, Luther Vandross, and the Wu-Tang Clan. And 31 Eagle fan mentioned that Oliver Power Grant died. He was like the one of the founders of the Wu-Tang Clan, and like it was their executive director or a producer on all their albums and stuff.
They've been around for a minute.
Yeah, that was a sad deal. But those are your nominees. And I ask you, Rob Thompson, I'll go to you first. You are the musical expert of the three of us.
Yes, far and away. Because all these bands are the last music I listened to. The last new music I bought was all these bands.
Was Joy Division?
Joy Division.
All right. Who is your 5? Who will Rob Thompson be sending
let's see here.
To the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
There's a couple of easy ones. I feel like the New Order stuff, I don't know. But Joy Division, the reason Joy Division would get in is because they were kind of foundational. The band that was Joy Division became other things. So I think that's it's kind of like when.
It's like the OG.
Yeah. Not that they had a lot of success, but Peter Hook's the guy that's kind of found in that. So I'm going to put them in. What's the band with Run to the Hills, the old metal band?
Iron Maiden.
I think they're going to go in. I think they deserve because they're kind of foundational as well. There's some lightweights in there that have sold a lot of records. Like Shakira probably deserves to go in.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's genre defining.
It's funny because the Shakira and Pink both fall into the
pop
huge stars, but are they Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Right.
types?
Are they? And there's no.
And I kind of feel the same way about Mariah Carey. Although Mariah Carey, a bigger star, I would say, than those other two.
And that's why I think she's going to get in, but Shakira won't and Pink won't.
Okay.
Which, I'm not sure whether or not they should. I think Phil Collins should go in. I think Phil Collins, I know he's probably already in.
As a member of Genesis.
And that might be why he doesn't get in as a single. But, he was much more successful for the next 25 years on his own. I mean, it's been a long time since he was in Genesis. So I would put him in. I'd put Mariah Carey in. What are we at, 4 now?
You've got Joy Division, Phil Collins, Iron Maiden, and Mariah Carey. You've got one left.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang is for the children, and Wu-Tang is forever.
And because they're foundational. I mean, things don't happen, but because they were there.
I agree.
And I think that's why those are the ones I pick. Luther Vandross
dollar bills, y'all.
Should be. Oasis will get in, my God. And they probably will on this one because there's kind of been a renewed emphasis on Oasis over the last year with the tour. But
what about Billy Idol?
Not enough there, man. I mean, he's certainly of my generation, but I'm not going to cast him for that.
And you love In Excess.
I do.
But you
there
didn't
wasn't
vote for
enough,
them.
man. There was
them.
a brief shining moment. They were something to behold, but no.
I am a fan of Jeff Buckley. I don't know that I would put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think he was a brilliant artist.
Is he dead?
But,
he's not dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he died at like I don't know.
I was thinking of Cornell. What's the lead singer? Chris.
Chris Cornell's the lead singer of Soundgarden.
No, but of Black Crowes. What's his name?
Chris Robinson.
I was thinking of him. He's alive.
He is alive. He is alive. But yeah, Jeff Buckley was like the Hallelujah, and which is, I mean, it's the version of it's like the version. Yeah, he died at 31.
What?
Yeah.
Man, that's young.
Yeah. How crazy is that? Listen to this. Oh, he died at 30. I was wrong.
Man. Hold on, it's coming.
So Leonard Cohen wrote the Hallelujah song, but Jeff Buckley's the one who made it what it is.
A minor fall, a major lift.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill is amazing. I'm a big Lauryn Hill fan.
But not Hall of Fame? I mean, the one record was one of the best to ever been released.
The Miseducation.
But one record doesn't put you in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, what a beautiful song.
This ain't Wu-Tang.
This is not Wu-Tang. But I as much as I love him, I would not vote for him. My vote goes to, first, there's two on here that I consider myself a huge fan of.
Okay.
And so I'm going to give my two biased votes and put them in. One is the Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay.
The other is the Black Crowes. I think the Black Crowes are, and a lot of people think the Black Crowes are kind of a Rolling Stones knockoff, and they kind of are. I mean, it's bluesy.
Southern rock to me. They were the next iteration that what began with Skinner and 38 Special, and they kind of grew out of that Georgia Southern
blues rock.
I'm down. I love it. Is it genre defining though? I mean, it might be. I would certainly consider them, but there wasn't enough room on my ballot.
Just because I am such a big fan, they make my ballot.
I get it.
The others, I will go Iron Maiden because I feel like they're overdue.
Right.
I'm not like a huge Iron Maiden fan.
No.
I was back then.
But it's like I do feel like, man, they've been on the ballot for a long time. They should be in already. I will go crank it up, Vic.
Get ready. Woo!
Yeah, they need to be in. It's a foundational music.
Yeah. My last two votes will go to. I'm going to go with who I think is the most impactful artists to their generations. I will go with Oasis.
Okay.
And I will go begrudgingly with Mariah Carey.
Really?
Yes. Mariah Carey was. I mean, Mariah Carey has like the most popular Christmas song in the world.
Oh yeah.
She's frozen in carbonite right now
You know,
until
well,
December.
the thing is,
Yes.
if you're probably, I mean, she dominated pop radio for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, she might be the easiest of all to put in.
I mean,
Yeah, she has too many hits.
Yeah,
you could
this is-
argue. I think she's the biggest star on this list.
Yeah, that seems to be a no-brainer because she did everything. She sold records and she was kind of genre defining for a decade. So yeah, that's what it is for me. Your Black Crowes is my Joy Division. It's kind of like my wheelhouse stuff.
Yeah.
And both of them, there's just not enough room. And the good news is it's not like the NFL. You don't get in this year, you're gone forever. You got a little bit
you
of
got
a
a little
window.
time. Like Iron Maiden's been around for a while. All right, Vic.
All right.
Who's your five?
Because you've got different influences.
Well, of course, we all
All
do.
right.
We're all from different generations.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my five is, let's see here. It would definitely be Iron Maiden,
Okay.
We're on all
Wu-Tang
unified.
Clan,
Unified
Okay.
on that.
Mariah Carey because of the hits.
So these are the at-large bids. These are the ones
Yeah.
where you get to go pick your person.
Luther Vandross, maybe. I would do
I respect
Luther
the Luther.
Vandross.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he's got some good hits. And then Joy Division, New Order.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Hey, that was my staple back then.
And that was genre defining.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
they
was.
really was. Those guys not only had a great band in Joy Division, which didn't last long, but what they broke up and became. New Order was huge. And then what they were.
Well, it's between him, Joy Division, and Phil Collins, because Phil's with Genesis too, and then he had a bunch of hits on his own, and
and all the Alamo stuff.
Okay. Well, let me ask a question about New Order.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Blue Monday, right? What other songs would I know of them?
It's kind of like Wu-Tang because what Joy Division and New Order did created kind of this genre. So out of them came 10 years of music. And it was a synth pop. I mean, we have to understand the genre that it was in, but if you're into that British invasion synth pop time that was huge in the day, they were kind of the OGs. I mean, the writers went on to influence so many other bands. So that's why I vote for them. There's not a lot of people own more than one Joy Division record. They have one of the greatest record shirts of all time. We've all seen it with the, it looks like the the earthquake monitor list
Yeah.
thing that bounces. I mean, that's the only reason I go there. They're not. It's kind of like everybody that really appreciated Radiohead. I mean, nobody loved Radiohead, but musicians. Musicians loved them, so we loved them.
Did they? Who sang the? Did they sing the? You spin me right round. Is that them?
No,
No, it's Dead
Or no?
That's
Did they
Dead
sing?
or
No.
Alive.
Round and round is the one I'm thinking of. Round and round.
Yes.
That's them.
Yeah, it's this one right here.
I don't think you're thinking of this one.
No, I think you're thinking of the Dead or Alive, right?
Maybe I am.
I think you're because I don't. That's a deep cut for New Order.
That is a deep cut,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This could just very much be because
It's your it was before you were born.
I think this
Brew.
music
Yeah.
sucks, so it's hard for me to like.
because it was before you
It's
were
hard for me to
born.
grasp like the magnitude of them.
Yeah, it happened in a
It
time and
happened in the
space that-
80s, in a time where this wasn't what I was listening to,
Hell
certainly.
No. I mean, and really, Joy Division came out of the 70s,
Right.
late 70s.
So when did they make the switch? And what's the big switch? What was the change?
The band broke up, and they created New Order and fell into this synth pop invasion of the United States.
So was it just the what's his name, Ian Curtis? Was he
Ian
like
Curtis,
the,
Peter Hook is another guy that was part of Joy Division.
But did they cross the which one became New Order?
Two of the three.
Okay.
And then another guy went and formed another band called Yazoo, when it became Yaz with Alison Boyer. And so they really kind of blew that kind of dance music up.
Okay. Yeah.
Long time ago.
It's just there. I get it. I get the.
It's a small wing of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but it is a wing.
Okay. They call it post-punk / new wave / gothic rock is their genre. Formed in 1976, Joy Division. All right.
Ian Curtis was a genius.
Goth rock.
That what you're into?
Sisters of Mercy. Those
Or
bands.
was it Lords of Acid?
Yeah.
That was, I was, and the people on the thing on the Brigade Bar saying you're talking about Round and Round by Rat. No, there is a song called Round and Round. It's like it's some round and round and then a number. Like I've heard this song before.
Yeah.
I don't know what the number is. I mean, it's not round and round. No, that's yeah, I know that one. But I did think maybe they sang the "You Spin Me Right Round Like a Record, Baby."
Yes.
I wish they did. But yeah, no, that's just I think that's a generational thing. It's just not for me. Havoc says Joy Division, Wu-Tang, Iron Maiden, Phil Collins, Mariah Carey.
I have no problem with that list at all. The only problem I worry about, I love Phil Collins. I think he's one of those geniuses, but he's already in. And most people kind of assume that most of his hits were Genesis, and they weren't. You think that was Genesis, but no, that was Phil.
It was Phil Collins. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I do think Oasis is undersold at how big of a band they were. And you know what? The other person I might be underselling on how big they are worldwide is Shakira.
Exactly.
I don't there's a possibility, there's a real world where Shakira is bigger, or as big as Mariah Carey, but worldwide. I think Mariah Carey's pretty big worldwide too. I know Mariah Carey's huge in Europe and Asia, but I mean, Shakira is obviously going to be huge in Latin countries.
And yeah, I think that they're of equal footing, but just different parts of the world.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't put both of them in though. I like Pink's songs better than both of their songs, honestly. Pink has some bangers, quite frankly.
Really, and puts on a great show too. But Hall of Fame.
I don't want to disparage it because she I could make a case for her. It's just not going to be in this group. Oh yeah,
because there's if she's in, then you got to say, well, then Katy Perry's definitely in. And if Katy Perry's in,
it's a different kind of genre.
You think it is?
Yeah. I think she's a little more
hard.
And the other thing I think about Pink is I think she writes her songs.
That matters.
She writes all these songs. Is this the Just Like a Pill?
Yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah.
This is a great song.
What are the prereqs? 25 years?
I think it is, yeah, 25 years since your first album.
And there's not a minimum ticket sales or...
No. Oh, crank it up here, Vic. Lord, I can run just as fast as I can. Oh, to the middle of nowhere. What a song. And I swear.
Yeah. You remember.
Yeah, I'm looking at, okay, so her greatest hits album, which, by the way, there's a lot of hits on this thing. Like, she did that song called So What. She did that song called, what was her big, Raise Your Glass. That became a big hit.
Oh, yeah.
So there's 16 tracks on her,
Best of.
on her best of.
Okay.
There's only one that she is not the writer on, the primary writer.
Really?
So I give her credit for that, because I don't like.
Kind of like Taylor Swift. She writes all her own stuff.
Right. And
yeah.
I get, like, to me, that is rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't, like.
You write, you perform, and you
Yeah.
succeed. Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're taking somebody else's songs and singing them and making money off of it, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, but that's pop. That's
well, what about the relationship between, like, Elton John and Bernie Taupin? I mean, does that matter? I mean, it's one guy who writes songs just for one other dude.
Yeah, but doesn't Elton John help write those songs?
I honestly don't know. I saw something where it looked like Taupin just kind of writes them for him.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I could be wrong there, but I agree with you, the classic singer-songwriter, but I certainly ain't going to take anything away from somebody who sings somebody else's song to a T.
Yeah. I was going to disparage Mariah Carey in that, but she's listed as a writer on most of her songs too. So maybe I'm just a hating-ass hater. It's entirely possible.
Well, it's easy to hate her.
Mariah Carey?
Yeah, it's easy not to like her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why? Because she's super hot. And
well, I mean, what I was getting at was she was
sweet boobies,
ubiquitous for a decade, like literally for a decade in the '90s. She was everywhere.
What's so funny about that, Vic? It's not funny.
It's true, though.
It's just true. It's just true.
And didn't she get her start with Nick Cannon?
No, I mean, Nick Cannon married her.
That's what I'm saying. Her kids are, and I should say the other way around. Nick Cannon got his baby making started.
Yeah.
She was the beginning of what was.
Now he's got like 52 baby mamas.
Fabulous baby making career.
He is very good.
She should get in just for that.
Or he should.
He's got his own Hall of Fame. It's called the Child Support Attorneys Hall of Fame.
yes, it is.
He's on their badge.
He is doing the Lord's work there. The Lord's work indeed.
Put a lot of kids through college, not just his.
All right. When we come back, The Athletic did a story yesterday about the Spurs. I want to address it a little bit. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Cars, coffee, quesadillas. Bring your cars down. We'll walk across the street, grab some breakfast, go on a car cruise if you want to do that.
Cars, coffee, quesadillas sounds really good. Willie used to have a deal years ago.
Willie Nelson.
And it was successful for a few years.
What was that?
Golf and pot.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know the Rue Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Rue Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
Spring savings start early at Lowe's. Get a Cobalt 24-volt max leaf blower for just $99. It's powerful, lightweight, and ready to go. Plus, get 4 bags of Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil for just $10. Don't wait. Get everything you need to start on your spring projects today. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/4. Soil offer excludes Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yeah. Oh, man, I needed this, Vic.
Right? The amount of food that was consumed in the last 4 minutes.
I know, between the three of us.
It's like vacuum cleaning in here.
Your wife, what a lady.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, she did it. She was like, yeah, I'll stop by on the way.
Oh,
thank you.
What an angel.
That's why I was
she is.
looking at my phone like, when are you going to get here? I'm hungry.
What an angel. And that's all because you slang the wood this morning.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. That's what it gets. See, boys, we all benefit, boys.
The king gets his just desserts.
God, you must be really good at sex, because if I woke my wife up in the middle of the night for sex,
and then she brought me tacos
she
to
would
work.
never bring me tacos that day.
What's
never.
the Borat? I'm king of the castle. Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the king of the castle.
See, I performed well.
Yes.
Man, you must have.
Even pointed your toes, you little minx.
Yeah. Must have, man.
Wow.
That's right.
Excellent dismount.
All right, so I wanted to read this story off The Athletic, or not read the story, but discuss this story. And often I like to look at I like to look at the national perspective. Like, what's the narrative that the national media is pushing?
Enough about me. What do you think of me?
Yeah, so like the national media, and yesterday was a good example. Yesterday, I was very critical of the national media in regards to how they were covering the men's hockey team, and particularly the Athletic. I thought was very unfair. Well, now I want to know fair or unfair with them here, because they talk about the San Antonio Spurs, who have just won 10 games in a row, their first 10-game winning streak in over 10 years, where they won 13 in a row back in 2016. They are second in the Western Conference now, 2 games behind the Thunder. They just coming off 2 wins against playoff teams in the Eastern Conference. They have beat the Thunder 3 times in a 12-day span. The question is, are they ready? And I've said the last couple years, there's been a good example of both of these. 2 years ago, it was the Thunder. Went from being a non-playoff team to a 1 seed. Last year, the Rockets went from being a non-playoff team to the 2 seed. Mm-hmm. The Spurs, the third team in 3 years to do the same thing. Now, the question becomes, can they win the championship? Sure, they are young. They are the same average age as the Thunder were last year. So it's doable. Now, they do not have that experience. They do not have that playoff run. But they believe that it can happen this year.
Yes, and with every passing minute, we can believe it. The coach can believe it. Players can think it. But until they believe it, you can tell. And I think the players are starting to believe it. I think the players are now starting to see that what they do actually works, that the plan actually has come together, that everybody's roles are defined and they're liking what they're doing and they're helping out. I mean, everybody's got a meaningful part of this team. We don't have Jeremy Sohan sitting and being sad anymore. There's a positivity to the team. There is every reason to think that they should be absolutely competitive till the end. But until they go through it and they do something that nobody else has been able to do for a long time, the numbers just tell us, history tells us, that there are things out there that they don't know what they don't know. And everything that's been thrown at them, they've been moderately successful overcoming. But we know from history that winning those 12, 16 games, depending on how you get there, is, without being too basic, really hard. I mean, It's just really hard to do because you've got guys that have done this too. And I think with every passing day, I think the belief is it's more and more possible. I still don't think it's likely.
The Spurs 10-3 against Detroit, Boston, New York, OKC, Denver, and Houston combined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we all believe that the champion is in that group.
There's no doubt.
I guess maybe Cleveland you could throw in there too, but
I think Boston is probably going to, if we see Tatum come back, is going to kind of supplant one of those Eastern teams south a little bit less.
But it's hard to argue anymore that they're at least in the discussion.
Well, the only reason you argue no is you've seen this before. And after enough times, you start realizing it's not just happenstance that this team didn't win. None of them do, because the variables are so hard to quantify that you need to have lightning in a bottle for at least 2 series, and you need to be lucky in at least 1. And to get that to happen in the same year is just about damn impossible.
Yeah, it is. I know they like to say they're not ahead of schedule, but they are.
But we say that. The Spurs in '99, they had no real experience. I mean, they'd been to the playoffs a couple times, but they didn't have.
But that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Being in the playoffs is a big deal.
But they kind of went there too. But they were kind of senior led. They had old dudes taking us there with a young dude kind of trailing up the middle with Tim, because David was there and Ellie and Avery and all these dudes that had been around the block. We got really one dude that's been around the block.
And Harrison Barnes.
And then De'Aaron Fox has been privy to some of it. But Harrison Barnes is the only guy there that really knows what to expect. And until you do it, I don't think you can. You can't simulate it. You can't practice it. You have to just do it. And maybe there's enough there to be successful. They certainly have every bit required. And I love the comparison to OKC last year because they did it, but they had done it before. They had been there the year before. Not perfectly, but they had been there. Let's win a couple playoff games first. But I'll tell you, the thing that is different about the Spurs that gives everybody pause is when you watch Wemby play defense and how game-altering it is, that he makes up for so many of those little mistakes that get you beat when you're a new team in the playoffs. That the speed, the guys cutting, and you lose them on defense. Well, you have the biggest safety net behind you of all time. 2 straight games with 5 blocks. Right? Didn't he get 5 last night again?
Yep.
Think of the amount of points that meant in those 2 games. It's not just 10. It's the shots that were never taken. It's the bad pass because the hand was up. I think Wemby's worth 25 points a night.
It's Cade Cunningham trying to shoot over him,
All
so
of
he's
that.
fading back.
So this is the one variable that we haven't seen ever. So this might be the thing that changes the tide, that this is enough. You don't have to have seen everything because you have the mistake eraser standing behind you.
Claymore mentions Luke Cornett won a championship with the Celtics, which is
True.
true.
That, you know what? I forget, and I don't give him the kind of credit that he should deserve. Absolutely.
I forgot about that, too. Yeah. He deserves some credit. Although, I don't know, Harrison was a key he was a starter on a championship team. Luke Cornett was not a starter on that team, but
he's been there, done it.
He's been there, done it. Yeah, he deserves some credit for that. When we come back, we've talked about something with this 65-game thing, and there are a couple stories today about that 65-game rule.
I started to realize.
Because there are some there's some leaders in the clubhouse that are unsurprising, and now there's someone who agrees with Rob. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How you feel this morning? Did you wake up with everything functioning as it should? Nothing painful keeping you out of your day. If you are, hey, congratulations, carry on. But if you're like a lot of us, man, you woke up this morning, there's something literally so painful that's going to keep you from doing something that you need to or want to get done. And if that's the case, stop. There's a fix. It's called Arasti. Arasti providers are all around San Antonio, ready to take care of you today. You don't need a referral to go see an Arasti provider, which is great. And if you want to find one right now, you can go to Arasti.com. It's spelled AIRROSTI. There's a list of all the providers and a map. Listen, I'm sure you've gone to a doctor or contemplated getting the problem fixed and thought, well, I'll just wait it out. Stop. You can get it fixed today. When you walk into an Arasti provider, you get a full evaluation, hands-on treatment. They're going to find out why you're in pain, what's causing it. It's amazing once they figure that out, how quickly the fix can be found. And if you're dealing with a soft tissue injury, a sprain or a strain, certainly. Maybe it's a lower back issues, frozen shoulders, bad backs. I can keep going. I can just tell you that what they do works. So if you're living in pain, call them today. The number is 1-800-404-6050. The website, again, is Arasti.com. Listen again. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arasti. They're going to fix you. When they do, come on by. Thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Starting to clear a lot of our trouble. 35 southbound approaching Thousand Oaks. That wreck is cleared. 410 northbound approaching Calabria. That accident clear as well. And the crash we had at I-10 westbound approaching Probat. That is cleared. Now, we still have that stalled tandem 18-wheeler on I-10. It's on the frontage road, eastbound North Foster Road. We've got 2 right lanes blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Luxe Value menu has 10 lavish indulgences, all $3 or less. It's easy to get carried away. Like when you try the new mini taco salad, you might ask, do I need a salad fork? The fork in the bag's fine. Luxe Value menu at participating locations while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Hey, it's time to shoot your shot on PrizePicks and get $50 instantly in lineups. It's easy to do when you play your first $5. That's right. PrizePicks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play for your first 5. PrizePicks makes every dunk, every dime, every every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks, Prize Picks. It's always so good to be right. I've played Prize Picks for years now. You know why? Because I can play my players the more or less, and I can combine my favorite sports, football, basketball, hockey. No matter what they can play, I can pick the more or less and get it down. And with a new feature alert, Prize Picks has early payouts. That's right. If your player gets off to a hot start, you know you have the option to cash out early. Get those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks. It's easy to find the social feeds. You can listen to those you trust or be the trusted. That's right. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks today right now and use the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Remember the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups every time you play for the first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the NFL Combine continues out in Indianapolis, and the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys expected to talk.
All the reaction from the Spurs north of the border against the Raptors.
And then we've got the Texans. What are they looking for in the Combine? The General, John McClain, will join us.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
What?
You want a Long Island iced tea?
There is real concern now that this is going to be, like you've talked about it, Rob, like the all NBA teams are going to be
false,
weird,
fake
this season. There, because of the 65 game rule. There are some players who are already out of the mix. For instance, Steph Curry can't be on an All-NBA team. Giannis will not be on an All-NBA team
Giannis has
for the first time in a long time.
He still has a point.
Giannis will receive 0 MVP votes. He's been top 3 or 4 in MVP voting for each of the last 5 years. He won't get any votes this year. Here is, and I get the problem with that. This guy says, look, if the purpose of this rule was to get guys on the floor more, it ain't really working.
It hasn't worked at all.
Because the reality is players want to play.
Yeah, well, yeah.
With the exception of maybe Kawhi Leonard, players want to play.
Absolutely. No, you're right. Players want to play. There's no hesitation with that.
Mark Dagnall was talking about Shea, who missed the Toronto game. You know, he's from there. And he was like, you think Shea wants to miss this game? Like, and Shea would have missed more games if it wouldn't have straddled the All-Star break. He's like, it's an abdominal strain. Like he's hurt. He wants to play. He wants to be out here. Jokic has missed 16 games this year because of a knee injury. And like you could ask 100 people who follow the NBA, like who are like NBA writers or like real, you know, not just don't follow a team, follow the whole league. 100 out of 100 would say either Jokic or SGA,
best player in the world,
is the MVP of the league.
Yeah.
Like there's no other player in the world who provides more value to their team and contributes more to their team's success than those two guys. There's a world. Jokic is 1 game away from being disqualified. Shea is now 6 games away from being disqualified. Wemby is like 6 games away from that.
He's actually made up some ground. I didn't think he was going to make it.
Right. But now we're talking about an MVP by default.
Right.
And
it plays well now. You know, right now, if somebody name a guy that would end up being an MVP that we don't think, who would be the most likely if we had some fallouts? Who's third in the list? Or whatever.
Cade Cunningham.
So Cade Cunningham gets MVP, and in the moment you go, yeah, it's been a pretty decent year. But what happens is in time, and the reason you give these awards, these are longevity, these are legacy awards. So when you look back on this season in time and you go, the MVP of that year was Joker. Oh, well, that makes sense. Then you see the MVP was Cade Cunningham. And if Cade doesn't back it up because he got it by default, it just seems like as you look back in time on this league, you go, what happened that year? Why? And in this year, when you hand me a bill of goods and say, these are our very best, and you go, not him, not him, not him.
Well, it says this story says this isn't fair to the awards history because
exactly
the guys who are in line to benefit, if it's not Joker or SGA, the guys in line to benefit would either be Cade Cunningham, Victor Wembanyama, or Jaylen Brown. And he says all 3 of these are great players. None of them are the MVP of the league right now. But it says, like, we're talking about, and particularly in the case of Cade and Wemby, they feel like players who down the road could very well have deserved MVPs. And this, we would look back at this as like an asterisk MVP, and no one wants that.
And I don't want to denigrate what Cade Cunningham did. I just don't, because he has had an MVP caliber year. But when this happens, you denigrate the year. You go, well, yeah, but those guys were better. I don't want to have that discussion. There's a fix out there, and it's all in this one mess of tanking and load management. I think it's all the same problem. And we got here because we're trying to force players to play, and players are the best at being so passive aggressive. They're gonna grind down the rough spot. Players get what they want. They always have since free agency and all of that. They dominate. They get to do what they want. They have 51% of hand in this thing. So if they don't want to play all 82 games, they ain't gonna play. But what we discount here is MVPs. The great ones want to play. They want to win the award. They want to go get the championships. They're going to do everything they can to get on the field. Not everybody is Anthony Davis. Not everybody is Kawhi Leonard. A lot of people want to go play and have been hurt. But they've been washed into this load management, and we're going to rest you because you're great so you can be great next week, fully rested. And then we tie that into tanking. And all that has lent us to trying to force players on the court thinking that they don't want to be, when in fact 99% want to get out there and play. That's what their job is.
Well, they mention, and this is another interesting case with Wemby, who in the Defensive Player of the Year race, which there's no question when he's on the floor, he's the most impactful defensive player in the world. San Antonio, for instance, when he's on the floor, they are 1.7 points per 100 possessions better than the Thunder, who have the best defense in the league. So if Wemby was on the floor all the time, the Spurs would be by far the best defense in the league. But he's not on the floor all the time, and that's when the Spurs become a good defense. This is also a guy who's had a history of injuries. And the Spurs now, unlike the last 2 years,
have a reason to play.
Have a reason to want to maybe conserve a little bit of their 21, 22-year-old kid for a playoff run because they want to make a playoff run, unlike the last 2 years.
Right.
And now, if they want Wemby to be the Defensive Player of the Year or All-NBA or any of those things, they can't rest him. And I know the NBA, in their minds, is saying, "Well, that's the point. We don't want
exactly the point." But that's not the point.
But do we want him to play 65 games, or do we want him to be at his best for a playoff run? And to me, it should be the latter. Like if you have to choose one or the other, you want your biggest stars to be at their best in the playoffs.
Well, as my teams, as a fan, I do. But if I'm Silver, I want you there for 82. The playoffs are going to take care of themselves. People are going to watch the playoffs because it's playoffs. I might add a body or two, but I need Victor Wembanyama on the court on February the 25th on a Wednesday night in Toronto. That's where our money is made. That's when I can go negotiate a contract and say, not only do you get Wemby in the playoffs, which is a foregone conclusion, but you're going to get Wemby 17 times on national TV, and that'll include a Tuesday night when everybody should be watching the new episode of Name Your Favorite Series. But no, Wemby's on. That's when I need him playing. Playoffs, people are going to tune in anyway. Yeah. This is where the bread is buttered, and that's why the NBA put this thing in here. We're talking TV deals. We're not talking wins and losses here. I need the big time players playing on TV when appropriate, and now Wemby is doing that. So that part of it is working because of the design. But at the end of the day, the players are always going to win this. If they don't want to play, they're not going to play. They're going to find an injury that like they used to do 20 years ago that you can't quite quantify. Plantar fasciitis, he's out. He's got hip soreness. So I think we went too far, and especially if you're going to try to feed us a bill of goods that tells me the MVP, and he's a very good player, is somebody that we know isn't.
The other thing is, there's always the world, and the NBA doesn't want to address this because they don't want it, where maybe the season's too long. Maybe there's too many games. Maybe there should be more time off between games.
The players will tell you that.
But the owners, the league itself, they don't want to admit that. They would rather basically tell guys to get out there and make it happen anyway. I mean, who was it the other day was talking about they wanted our guy to go out and play medicated. Basically they're trying to force us
that was Rick Carlisle talking about his kid.
Yeah, who wants to deal with that? Like you're saying, okay, so if I don't give this kid a shot and get him out there, then I'm tanking now.
And they ask him that. Why didn't you medicate him? But that's just nuts. So we've gone too far in the force your guys to play. But at the same time, you can't try to tell us that the best players in the world are only the best players in the world because they played 66 games. I'm not going to buy that. And once you do that, just like players know who the best guys are, once you do that, fans go, well, I'm not going to pay any attention to this vote anymore. It doesn't matter. You're going to tell me that he's that. And I hate doing this. I don't want to talk about Cade Cunningham like he's not deserving because he's a viable candidate. But I don't want to have to talk about Cade going, well, there's four dudes better than him.
The thing is, he's not a viable candidate in a world where Jokic and SGA are. Like exactly. he's just not.
And I shouldn't have to talk about him like that because that lessens his value.
Right. And it's not fair. And Wemby's kind of the same thing. Like eventually Wemby is going to be a legitimate contender to win MVPs. Right now, Wemby is not. No one serious thinks that Wemby is the level player that Jokic is today.
Go ask every ref. They don't give him any credit.
He's just not.
Right.
Cade Cunningham is nowhere near the level that SGA is today. not to say that those guys can't become that. It's just
Soon.
that's not where they are now. And to just say, well, he's the MVP. It's just, and I know it's awards. It's awards. At the end of the day, the players will tell you that everybody will say the awards matter way less than the trophies.
But the money attached to it does matter. And now we're talking about if Wemby, for whatever, doesn't get it, we're talking about the player that is literally going to catapult this league into a worldwide situation, or more of a worldwide situation, and he can't even justify, by the league rules, the highest pay.
Yeah.
Well, that is the cart before the horse, my friend. That's not a viable answer.
Josh says 65-game rule is good. I don't think you need to change it. Let's also not tarnish an award that was given to Jordan and Kobe. I mean, the 65-game rule in theory makes sense because they don't want guys to be tanking. But the reality is, if you're the MVP of the league, you're not tanking anyway.
Exactly.
You're on a team that's competitive. So go look at the years that Kawhi is sitting out games are years. It's not the years that they're making a title run, or it's years like this year where Kawhi's sitting out again.
The year that Pop got in trouble, when we were flying to Phoenix and he sat Tim, Tony, and Manu and joked about it. They're out because of age. They're old. You didn't lie about it and said, why aren't they in tonight? They're old.
Yeah, they are.
And the league coughed. You just opened up a can of worms, because we all winked at it for a long time. Guys sat out of games, but they always told us they were injured, and they didn't sit a lot of games, but they did sit out. And then once the league did that, but they didn't take into account that the Spurs were on the way to a title.
Right.
They won that year.
They'd rather punt one game and have their guys healthy for it is silly to be implemented that way. All right. We got 1 hour left in the program. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Luxe Value menu has 10 lavish indulgences, all $3 or less. It's easy to get carried away. Like when you try the new mini taco salad, you might ask, do I need a salad fork? The fork in the bag's fine. Luxe Value menu at participating locations while supplies last. Price and participation vary. Tax extra.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants, and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
Get in gear at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 5-time dealer of the year. $13,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Silverado 1500s. 5.9% financing on new heavy duties for 84 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 Tahoe Premier. Ready to go electric? Get the 2026 Equinox EV with $13,000 off MSRP. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
All right, fellas, 2 words for you. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench up? Are you imagining the finger right now? Well, you can relax. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But that's no reason to reclench. When caught early, at localized or even regional stage, prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate. Did your tight end just relax? Good. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to find out if a PSA blood test is right for you. The PSA blood test can be the first step in screening. Talk to your doctor to evaluate your risk, determine when to get tested, and discuss screening options and next steps. That's RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com. Sponsored by Novartis.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Starting to clear a lot of our trouble. 35 southbound approaching Thousand Oaks. That wreck is cleared. 410 northbound approaching Calabria. That accident clear as well. And the crash we had at I-10 westbound approaching Probat. That is cleared. Now, we still have that stalled tandem 18-wheeler on I-10. It's on the frontage road, eastbound North Foster Road. We've got 2 right lanes blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs continue their slash and burn campaign. 10 straight wins now. They survived a tough one in Toronto, holding off the Raptors 110-107. Devin Vassell stays hot with 21 points, while De'Aaron Fox added 20 in the win. They're back at it again tonight in Brooklyn. They'll take on the Nets with a tip-off at 6:30. In college football news, here we go. The University of Cincinnati is suing ex-quarterback Brendan Sorsby, who transferred this year to Texas Tech. Cincinnati is citing that he breached his NIL deal that covered the 25 and 26 season. It had $1 million buyout if he transferred. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Howdy, everybody. 9:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in.
It's supposed to get to 90 degrees today.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
Yesterday was nice, man. I had my back door open.
It was nice yesterday.
Yeah, till about 3 o'clock. I turned on the AC.
Yeah,
couldn't take it.
There's a handful of days like this any given year. I appreciate them.
Chamber of Commerce days.
You were talking about our last day. The weather most of the time we were in Vegas stunk.
It did.
The last day though, chef's kiss.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was. Those low humidity, low 60s days where it's cool in the shade and warm in the sun. Where it doesn't matter where you are, it's always comfortable. Just beautiful, perfect.
It was so good. Like they had the big garage door open at the bar, just breeze flowing through there. It was.
You get about 5 of those a year.
Yeah, it's hard to beat them, man. Hard to beat. It's unless you're in San Diego, and then that's just your life.
And those guys just keep it to yourself. Go pay your taxes.
It looks like there's a little bit of a back and forth on the Brandon Aubrey situation. Maybe not totally accurate on either side. It was reported that the Aubrey camp was asking for $10 million.
That's what I'd heard.
But Aubrey came out on social media and said, that's not true.
Why? Why did you do his agent call? Shut up! What are you doing?
Yeah.
So Clarence Hill this morning said that the Cowboys offered to make Brandon Aubrey the highest paid kicker in the NFL, which would surpass the $6.4 million annually of Harrison Butker. Per source, the Cowboys did not offer Aubrey even $7 million, but it was more than Butker, which says so it's somewhere between 6.4 and $7 million
for a kicker.
Yeah.
Per a source, Aubrey's agent Todd France countered with the $10 million annual offer and shut down negotiations until getting the bus at the Combine on Wednesday. They went on the Jerry bus and worked it out or started talking it out yesterday. The Cowboys don't plan to up their offer and are comfortable placing the second-round tender on him, which would result in a restricted free agent deal of 5.5 to 5.8, and take their chances on getting a second-round pick if he signs elsewhere.
That's the right move.
I'll take.
I hate to say it. I hate to lose him, but if you are going to lose him, and don't bust your budget, man.
Yeah.
We were laughing yesterday of all the things Steven needed was to have to jack up $2.5 million into a kicker. And you talk about losing Kenny, which might be the right thing to do anyway. But I just can't. If you're going to spend all that money on this wide receiver, which I feel like is probably too much anyway, but it's a necessary evil. You can't overspend at another place too. And I think that you'll end up keeping him. I don't think anybody's going to give you a draft pick, but at least it gives you a safety net, right?
I think somebody would take a second-round pick. Or I think somebody would give a second-round pick for him.
I'll tell you.
He's a weapon, dude.
He is. But
kickers are more important than ever they've been in the league.
You're right. We had this conversation yesterday. 24 hours later, I'm sitting here kind of trying to justify it, and then I hear Vic go, for a kicker? And then it kicks back in. Like, yeah,
he's the best one.
For a kicker.
He's the best one. And he's the best kicker at a time where kickers are more valuable than they've ever been.
And, dude, and if you've ever been on the other side of not having a kicker, the pain is far worse. It's far better.
What was
Spend
his
the money.
longest field goal?
64. Now imagine every time you're in that range, in that 60-yard range, instead of having a shot at 3, you just got to punt.
And that
right.
And everybody,
it's always a possibility.
Yeah, you can bitch about field goals don't win games, touchdowns
yes,
win
do.
games. Points, points win games, man. And if you're giving up points and punting instead, it's.
I can be swayed, but in the back of my mind, I still have that old school, like, we're talking about a freaking kicker, and especially this kicker, which you found off the scrap heap. It wasn't like you even were looking for him. He happened to show up and try out. What makes me think there aren't 15 other guys looking for a gig that I can find and just kick till they
How was it going for you before?
I say you're right, and I've been at training camp where I watched 3 kickers just clank it, clank, 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 and the Cowboys go, oh, everything's fine, until you get behind the scenes and they start panicking. You can hear the panic in their voices. So
when you're going through that rotation where you got to be like, oh, let's call Morton Anderson and see if he wants to come out of retirement again. Like, you don't want to be in that position. And
you're right, but you do have to buy your way out of that position, and it is going to cost them more than they thought.
Yeah. I don't know what the Cowboys will do. I do agree that if someone wants him that bad and they want to give up a second rounder for him, okay.
Yeah, and that gives me some peace of mind because they don't have Do the Cowboys even have a day 2 pick this year? I don't think they do.
Second or third rounder?
I don't think they do. So that's why acquiring picks is going to be kind of key. That's why those for 2 number ones, one of them might get traded just so they have some depth. But that kind of would play into the narrative. It might add another pick if they lose it, which might be more beneficial, though I doubt it. I'm just going to have to personally get over, along with a bunch of other people, the fact that we're about to spend $10 million or something about that on a kicker. I mean,
I told you, right? It's a kicker.
And you talked. What makes me laugh about this is when you listen to the Blitz and they have Indy Kalu.
No second or third rounder. That's Quinnen Williams and George Pickens.
So I can see doing that. Just worst case is I got a second rounder. But you can't go into this season, given where you are on every other front, without him. You're gonna have to pay him.
Yeah, I think so.
You just gotta. And just get used to the world is different now.
And it does, again, if somebody swoops in and says, okay, we'll give a second-round pick for him, it kind of sucks, but at least it feels a little bit better knowing you got a second-round pick out of it. It's just you don't want to be in the position of playing musical chairs at kicker. You know what? Ask the 49ers, 49ers have lost several games in the last 2 years because of kicking woes, and they had to fire Jake Moody.
It matters.
When kickers start costing you games, you realize how important it is to have a good one.
And we've been living Mr. Automatic. For the most part, he missed a few this year, but he's been automatic.
But the ones he's missing are they're asking him to kick from 60, 63, 64 yards. The truth is, there are now kickers who can make those. The reality is, there's still probably about a 50-50 thing. I mean, 50-50 is better than what it used to be, a 0% chance that you could make a 60-yarder.
If it's outdoors, it's even slimmer.
Well, unless it's in Denver.
Yeah, unless you're
Denver, Buffalo.
But yeah, you don't want to be there's a rotating scrap heap of kickers that get thrown off.
True.
What's the fat guy that used to kick for the Texans? That fat Aggie.
It's not. Not Bond. You've had several fat kickers.
He was a kicker. He kicked for the Texans for a long time.
Yeah, I love a fat kicker, but you can recycle those guys.
But yeah, that guy. We'll find him on. Randy Bullock was his name.
That's it, Bullock.
Yeah. Let's get Randy Bullock this time. Okay. You want to rotate through these guys who get fired because they can't make kicks. Okay, now your guy's not making kicks, so you're going to hire Younghoe Koo, the guy that the Falcons fired because he missed kicks last year. Okay, now maybe he'll turn it around. It's so underrated to have special teams you can trust. And one of the things the Cowboys' problems have been not on offense, not on special teams. It's been on one side. And I get it. You can't keep adding on to things.
But you need points to win games.
You need points to win games.
It's one of those. I hope that it appears that Steven and Jerry have resigned themselves to the fact that they're going to have to pay because they already offered him the most. I think that this is probably the beginning of making the right decisions, even though they don't feel right.
Yeah,
and I don't think to Jerry it feels right to pay a kicker that much, but it's the right move.
Well, like I said yesterday,
right to me, I know that. 5
of the best 6 kickers, 5 of the highest scoring kickers in the league out of the top 6 were in the playoffs last year. I don't think it's a coincidence.
No.
You when you've got guys that you can count on, and by the way, the only one that wasn't Brandon Aubrey. So
of all the guys that they had no worries about for this to pop up, I'd still find absolutely hilarious.
And Claymore says, what team can afford the luxury of losing a second-round pick? I mean, it would be rough.
But for a 60-yarder, just about 60% of the time, whenever you need it, it's a worthy investment. And I get it. But
if you're a team that's pretty close, and you just want to shore things up. Kansas City lost multiple games last year because they missed kicks. Harrison Butker was bad last year. And now that's the other thing. Harrison Butker's the highest paid kicker in the league. And if you can't count on him, who can you count on?
And you're stuck with it. But, such is life, Jerry. Are you kidding me? I got to pay my kicker $8 million? Are you kidding me?
Well, something's got to give. But
I remember when I paid Troy Aikman less than that.
Yeah. But that's I mean, you know what it is. That's the price of doing business now. The times are changing.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboys, as it stands right now, have 2 firsts. That's the 12th and the 20th. They don't have their third, or their second rounder. That's Quinnen Williams. They don't have their third rounder. That's George Pickens. 4th rounder, 2 fifth rounders. One of them's a comp pick for DeMarcus Lawrence. They gave up a 6th rounder to get Jordan Phillips, but they got a comp pick in the 6th round for Brandon Cooks. And then they gave up their original 7th rounder for Logan Wilson.
But, their 7th round picks have been horrible anyways.
And then they gave up another 7th rounder to Buffalo for Kyer Elam. Woof. And they got a 7th rounder, though, for Peyton Hendershot.
So I heard R.J. Ochoa blogging the boys on the Blitz yesterday, and he brought that up, and he's pretty convinced that 2nd pick's gone. They're going to trade that pick just so they have some depth there.
Or to trade back?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't believe that. I think they need the high-end talent, and they're going to go that direction. I think so, too. But he believes, and it makes some sense, that they back off and get a couple of 3rd, 4th, depth builder picks that don't cost so much later on.
Well, I could see them trying to pick up a 3rd round pick or something and trading back to further in the 1st round. But I think they're going to pick twice in the 1st round.
They need 1st round talent.
I agree.
This is a team that needs that kind of talent, so I don't want them to move out.
But if you go from 20 to 29, and you grab a 3rd round pick out of that, I'll take that deal. But yeah, I don't think they're going to move out of the 1st round because they do need and by the way, the places where they really need help are places you can get. You don't want to be cheap. You want to use 1st round picks on offensive line and pass rushers like that and cornerbacks. Like that's the place to do it. So yeah, I don't think they'll trade out of the 1st. But look, I mean, R.J. Ochoa is certainly more connected to this kind of stuff.
I think there's a good debate on both of those things. But I do think I disagree in the fact that I think that they really need that kind of 1st round talent that can step on and be pretty ready to go.
Yeah. And Claymore says it's a 7th rounder, AJ Chill. Yeah, but I mean, when you say, well, we traded our 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 2 7ths, you can say just Chill. It's just a 7th. No, it's you've traded a lot of this away.
Yeah, the gaps. There's still gaps. I mean, you traded him for like Kenny Clark. I mean, that guy might not even be here.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, more often than not, a 7th rounder doesn't matter for anything, but when you add it into the fact that you already traded away a 6th rounder, you already traded away your 2nd and your 3rd rounder, like it makes the draft less of a safety net. It's less of a thing that can really bail you out.
You also need 7th rounders to help your salary cap numbers. You need bodies at low cost because you got too many bodies at high cost.
Yeah, because sometimes you got to pay your kicker $8 million.
Still, are you kidding?
A lot of tacos.
How much for this lawnmower?
Yeah,
this lawnmower. Well, there's a lot of lawnmowers out here, but this is your good one is $8 million.
This one will start in the cold.
Now, what about this $1 million lawnmower?
Big deal.
Oh, you never know.
It's a big deal. No, I'm not saying that 7th rounders they typically do not pan out. That's why they're 7th round picks,
especially if they're Cowboy picks.
Yeah,
I don't trust them to find anybody in the 7th. I'm serious.
But that's a lot of picks that they don't have, and those tend to add up. And often those 7th rounders are used if you want to move up some.
Yeah, they're placeholders. Yeah.
So we'll see what the Cowboys decide to do. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll see what's going on in the world outside of sports. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots at 410 westbound at McCullough. 2 right lanes blocked with that crash. About a 5-minute delay. Stop and go from Nacogdoches. 35 northbound, that off-ramp to Southwest Military Drive. That wreck has the off-ramp blocked. And a stall at 37 northbound 35 off to the shoulder, and 35 upper level northbound Alamo. That stall also off to the shoulder. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
We're talking about the first-gen Camaro, but the 69 is the sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get you where you're going in a hurry. I've probably had 50 69s.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Now, 68 is different than 69.
Everybody wants
Well, the body line's a little different on 68.
Upside down and sideways on the
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-568-2790. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-568-2790 or biglou.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9. Restrictions apply.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The second I see that Chick-fil-A text in the group chat, I'm throwing my shoes on and running out the door. Hey, I'm Layla.
And I'm Kaylin.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is
how it feels like an easygoing morning.
The chicken adds the most flavor. It's juicy and seasoned.
The biscuit is just very light and airy and fluffy, just like a cloud.
I also love to put jelly on mine so it's sweet and savory.
It's a good start to the day.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Is this a rock opera?
Iron Maiden.
Kind of is, then.
The Number of the Beast.
Oh.
It wasn't too popular at St. Gerard, but
it didn't go over. Were you allowed to wear the shirts to school?
No, that was a big. I remember getting sent home one time because I had it on.
Yeah, I thought you didn't have to wear a costume to school every day.
Yes,
you did.
Yep.
Oh.
It was actually khaki shorts.
Costume.
A uniform, I mean.
Yeah. I wore a uniform my entire 12 years of school.
You know, as a parent who had kids in uniforms, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah,
They just get up and put on that normal shirt and that normal pair of pants and shut up.
No, I guess you're right. But God forbid your kids have any of their own personality. You wouldn't want that.
Well, sometimes you don't want any personality at 6 a.m. Get up and be a robot.
Hey, and
we'll
Friday,
deal with personality at 3.
And on Fridays, it was free dress. That's where we could dress in jeans or do whatever we wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's when you would wear the Iron Maiden shirt.
Yeah. And
When I
that's
was
where like, no, you can't. Well, because it literally had Number of the Beast on it, so I don't think they took it too
when
well.
I was a junior in high school, we had a biology like project, one of those big projects, and the smartest guy in our class did this big. I don't even remember what it was about, but he had to, you had to do the poster board. And you had to color it in with whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
And on one little part of his poster, it was like of a cell. And he had the Blue Oyster Cult symbol that he just kind of doodled into it. You wouldn't even have noticed it. But the BOC symbol was kind of right over there, and he got suspended.
Oh, boy.
The smartest kid in our class because he put a Blue Oyster Cult symbol on his science project.
Who caught it?
Yeah.
Right.
And the
Very
amazing
serious
thing is
business.
the teacher knew exactly what it was.
And Blue Oyster Cult was worth
Blue Oyster Cult sounded scary till you saw them.
Right.
Yeah, they're not that scary.
They're the cowbell song. They're the cowbell band.
Claymore talks about who's the last 7th rounder that made an impact. There's not. I mean,
there's
Brock
plenty of
Purdy.
them.
Brock Purdy most recently.
There's lots of guys that have, but the 7th
it's
rounder,
rare, obviously.
Yes.
But if you find Julian Edelman in round 7, that's found money.
Yes, it's gold. But as important as that is, it's also the placeholder. The 7th round pick has more of a role in salary cap maintenance as just the spot than the person. It's a way to move and vary money without really affecting the manpower of your team.
You know who was a great 7th round pick?
There you go.
Let me tell you something, Skip. Let me tell you something, Claymore. You don't think a 7th round pick and play, Claymore?
He was worth it.
You don't think a 7th round pick and play?
Where's he from?
Let me tell you something, Skip.
He's from South Carolina State.
Let me tell you something. You know the greatest 7th round pick of all time was? Now, it's a little bit of an asterisk because he was also the number 1 overall pick, but then he became the 7th round pick.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
No.
A little trivia nugget for you.
Oh? Who? What team?
When he was the number 1 overall pick, he was drafted by the Tampa Bay Bucks. And then he was a 7th round pick for the Raiders. Bo Jackson.
Really?
Yeah, because he said.
Oh, that's right.
He told the Bucks to piss off because they tried to. They tried to screw him over, so he went and played baseball instead. And then the Raiders next year were like, "Oh, let's throw a flyer out there, see if we can change his mind." And 7th round pick, they got Bo Jackson.
They got Bo.
How about that? How about that? The greatest 7th round pick of all time.
I think so.
I guess Shannon Sharp's a Hall of Famer, but I still like Bo Jackson better.
No, that was far more.
Let me tell you something about Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Listen here, Ocho.
Let me tell you something.
Go take your.
Let me tell you something, Rob.
I love watching his
Go
podcast.
take your pills and find
Let me
Michelle.
tell you about Michelle. What do you know about Michelle? Let me tell you something, Rob. All right. It's time. It's that time of the show where I like to see what's happening in the world outside of sports. A lot of people don't know that there is life outside of sports, but there is. There are things happening every day.
So I've been told. I don't really keep up with it, but
well, I know that I've seen on Instagram or places like that these houses that have infestations, like cockroach infestations or something like that, and I said, I just burn that house down. You just burn it down. Forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something you say, but not something you normally do.
Well, unless you got some insurance money.
Unless you're this fellow.
What did he do?
Pocono, Pennsylvania, the police are searching for a man accused of setting multiple fires inside his townhouse in an effort to kill spiders. Now, when I say townhouse, Also realize that townhouse usually
you're sharing it with other folks.
Indicates that you share a wall with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fire spread to those neighboring units as well.
But did they have spiders? Maybe he was doing them a favor.
I don't think so.
All right.
According to investigators, a witness reported seeing the resident identified as Sean McDermott.
Wait a minute. Just after he got fired, he's setting fires? This is not good.
He's got a new haircut. There's a picture of him. He's got a mohawk now. I think something's changed.
Sean, you have changed.
They saw him repeatedly lighting small fires inside his home throughout the day. He told the witness he was trying to kill spiders. He had a smoldering fire burning on the floor and then placed a love seat on top of it.
Wonder when he
The
ran out of
witness
meth.
told officers he attempted several times to extinguish it, but McDermott continued to relight them. Both men left the area, and when they returned, the townhome was fully engulfed. He fled the scene in a U-Haul truck and is now wanted on charges including arson, aggravated arson, and other related offenses.
And all he did was take care of a couple spiders.
Right. The search continues. He's on the loose.
No good deed goes unpunished.
He's on the loose.
He's a freelance bug killer.
There's new photos out from the Epstein files.
Go on.
Guess who's in these photos lounging with a couple of young bikini-clad women sipping on cocktails?
Bill Gates?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking.
No!
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Dude,
I mean, come on.
Do we have to drag him into this, too?
I know. No.
Oh, my.
Do we literally have to drag him in for this? Come on, man. This is all he's got. He doesn't know. He can't
he's
say
married.
I think he is.
was fooling around on his betrothed.
I don't think you're
I'll
wrong.
tell you what, if Stephen Hawking will play around, anybody will.
Bill Gates had to. I'm trying to find his actual quote here. Bill Gates apologized to his foundation staff over the Epstein ties. He admits that he had 2 affairs, and he opened up about his mistake in associating with Jeffrey Epstein. It was a mistake, a bit of a misstep.
You know, we
associating
all
with him.
mistakenly spend time on pedophiles' islands.
It was an
just
accident.
I get it.
Okay. Well,
It was an accident.
We've all fallen victim to the multi-billionaire flying us on jets to a private island with underage girls.
Yeah,
It happens.
It happens all the time. In Orlando, a Central Florida man was arrested. Richard Jarvis, he's 43. He is facing charges of assault and battery. He was caught destroying a Chinese restaurant. And there was a 911 call. He was arrested. He had come to the restaurant and threatened to kill everyone inside before he entered through the front door. From there, deputies explained that he made his way into the kitchen, tossing and destroying over $4,000 worth of food and cooking instruments. The owner tried to run away, but Jarvis struck him in the back with a shovel and said, "If you run away, I'll kill you." They eventually found him in the kitchen. The police did. He was armed with a shovel and shouting that he had to destroy the food because all the Chinese were poisoning the food.
Oh, this was a COVID thing.
Yes.
Oh.
They de-escalated the situation, and after they got him calmed down and talked to him, he told them, "I had to destroy that restaurant. All Chinese restaurants are going to release a new strain of COVID on July 6th.
On the 6th, you say?
I'm a prophet, and I'm trying to save everyone."
Well, you got several months.
Yeah, you still got some
You
time.
got some work to do, though.
Well, that
a lot
mean,
of Chinese food places.
when you get arrested after destroying one,
you got a lot of work.
Yeah, what are you going to do here?
I'll take out a payway for you. I'll help with the process.
Oh, man.
Hit him in the back of the head with a shovel.
Yeah, that's
So I guess he went free, right?
No.
Oh, he was
no,
doing a
no,
service.
no,
I thought he was
no,
helping.
No, he is under arrest, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. You're not allowed to do that, even if you think you are. Even if you are a prophet, I think.
We'll not know until the 6th.
I mean, Jesus was persecuted.
Look what happened to him.
Wow, see?
Pittsburgh man was charged after exposing himself inside a West Mifflin that's a Pittsburgh
neighborhood
restaurant. Courts say that Zachary Ryan Hiles acted inappropriately in view of bystanders. Here's the thing. He saw a really hot group of women, and he began to pull on his genitals first outside his pants, and then he said, or inside his pants, and he said, I got to take these things out.
Don't
and he
like
continued
impressed.
to
That's a man just
handle
out of
his
ideas.
business.
He's just out of ideas. Nothing has worked so far. Maybe this.
Now, we've all been there. We've all been there, seeing a group of hot chicks at a restaurant. You go, man,
drop trowel
gals
and
are
pull
hot.
one off.
But usually that requires, like, if I'm going to go that far, I've got to be drinking heavily. Well, this guy we know wasn't drinking heavily because he was on the clock working at Denny's.
Okay. Jeez. Way to go, man.
Imagine, like,
I've seen my waiter.
He
and
brings
I don't
over
know.
your pancakes, and then he's like, God, you are hot.
Hey, what's going on underneath that apron?
What the?
Do you have pants on behind that apron?
That's not supposed to happen
See, that's why I don't
at
go
a
to
Denny's.
That's why I don't go to Denny's.
He's earning tips.
That's not supposed to happen at Denny's. Come on. Yeah.
Get 18% with that.
Yes.
What if that happened at Chili's yesterday?
Oh.
Would that have been like, you're okay? That's it.
I'm
We're
gonna
out.
make you a special.
I at
batch.
least would have got. I think I at least would have gotten a free meal.
You're gonna get.
See?
We got a Cajun pasta.
Think
I'm
positive.
gonna make him a special Cajun pasta.
Special cheese.
Special.
The Tempe Tavern in Tempe, Arizona, is taking legal action. Now, we talked earlier about a lawsuit that might work for or against Brendan Sorsby. I'm not sure this one's going to work. They're claiming the city's trying to put them out of business. This is a very popular college bar with continued police raids and blaming them for a tragic crash. Owners of the bar are saying they're being unfairly targeted with 2 raids involving dozens of officers in the last year.
All right.
And in the most recent one, 250 arrests were made.
Good grief.
Whoa.
Now, these
a
were
roundup.
in April, dozens of officers raided, and that resulted in 173 arrests, 165 of whom were underage. It feels like when you've got, 450 underage people drinking in your bar, maybe you're a bar that serves underage people.
No, they're sneaky.
I don't think it's
I don't know.
They're crafty. You can't tell.
I'm just saying the bar says the driver uses a high quality. The driver that crashed his car, a 19-year-old driver it was a hit and run.
Chinese driver's license.
He used a high quality fake ID to get in. He walked home from the bar, and he'd also been at other parties in an Arizona State parking lot event where alcohol was served, but they only blamed the bar. Maybe he was drunk before. The city of Tempe has received their claim from the Tempe Tavern that claims the bar was chosen for selective enforcement by the Tempe police.
I'm pretty sure that's probably true.
I'm going to guess the 530 underage arrests that they've made. Well, actually, no. Tempe police have arrested and cited 530 underage customers for providing fake IDs or underage drinking at bars citywide.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just one bar.
Well, hold on. Of those 530 in the last 2 years, 420 came from the Tempe Tavern. That's around 80%. I'm going to say they may be the problem.
I think you might be the problem.
They might be the problem
I think
here.
you might need to crack down on your driver's license inspection.
Pumbaa says sounds like Cowboys Dance Hall.
True.
Might be.
True.
Might be. And I may or may not have partaken when I was underage at Cowboys Dance Hall.
Most
you know about that?
Most every dance hall.
Yeah. All right. We got one segment left before nap time. One segment left. What are we going to do, Vic?
We'll do daily
Try to make some money.
That's a good idea. Let's do that coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas. So you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Shun Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Hey, it's time to shoot your shot on PrizePicks and get $50 instantly in lineups. It's easy to do when you play your first $5. That's right. PrizePicks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play for your first 5. PrizePicks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. PrizePicks. It's always so good to be right. I've played PrizePicks for years now. You know why? Because I can play my players the more or less, and I can combine my favorite sports, football, basketball, hockey. No matter what they can play, I can pick the more or less and get it down. And with a new feature alert, PrizePicks has early payouts. That's right. If your player gets off to a hot start, you know you have an option to cash out early. Get those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on PrizePicks. It's easy to find the social feeds. You can listen to those you trust or be the trusted. That's right. PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks today right now and use the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Remember the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups every time you play for the first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's so good to be right.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
Get in gear at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 5-time dealer of the year. $13,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Silverado 1500s. 5.9% financing on new heavy duties for 84 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 Tahoe Premier. Ready to go electric? Get the 2026 Equinox EV with $13,000 off MSRP. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville.
Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Juicy, thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. This is bring your appetite food. Novo is attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together, like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
The Baltimore Ravens have just hired an offensive coordinator. It is Bears offensive coordinator, Declan Doyle, however you want to say it.
Is it Declan?
Declan, maybe. Could be. It's spelled Declan.
Declan.
It's Declan. Declan.
Let's go with Declan.
All right, we'll go with Declan. He's a white guy. I don't know. I'm just saying. I digress.
Obviously.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from the Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hall of Famer?
Dilio. Could be. Rock and roll. She said it. Party crasher, panty snatcher. That's you, Rob.
Did she really say that?
Uh-huh.
He ain't nothing but a panty snatcher.
Yeah.
Just a low-down old panty snatcher.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, Pink. We will never be.
I kind of feel like she'd
her.
kick my ass.
I think she's underrated.
I think she'd punch you right in the face.
I
too.
like Pink.
Oh, she'd beat
Tough,
you up.
right? Yeah.
She'll beat you
Yeah.
up.
I think I could take her.
I'm
but
down. Well, I think you could. I'm down with that.
maybe not.
I'd let her try.
Yeah.
She's got that Karen haircut.
Let her pin me
Oh,
down.
yeah. All right, let's wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Now, Thursdays in college hoops are generally reserved for the
smaller conference,
mid to low major games, but there are a couple good ones worth noting tonight.
There's a good Big Ten one for sure.
Michigan State is at Purdue tonight. This is they're number 8 and number 13 in the rankings, but they're two teams that are fighting for seeding. Everybody wants to be in the top 3 seed line. Apparently the drop off to once you're on the 4 line, there's a big gap on the quality of opponent you're gonna have to play. This is a big game for both teams. Purdue a 7.5-point favorite, 142.5 is the total. You have enough of a feel for they're both 22-5, 12-4 in Big Ten play. They're pretty even.
Michigan State's coming off a couple good wins. Beating Ohio State mattered. The UCLA win certainly turned out to be something that mattered because UCLA turned around and had a nice win. I don't know what to make of Purdue. I know that they should beat Michigan State today, but the grit that Michigan State has played with the last couple of weeks makes me think that the number's too close. I mean, not big enough. I like Michigan State. They might not win, but I think they're going to cover.
Okay, 7.5 points if you think they can cover. I mentioned we were basically shaming the UTSA Roadrunners basketball team, talking about the American Conference. Decent game at least by American standards tonight with Wichita and Memphis. Wichita a 1.5-point dog at Memphis. Memphis
needs it.
Quietly, I mean, they're 12-15. I don't think Memphis is making the tournament unless they. I mean, there's no path for them. Besides
I saw Penny
crying
last week. I think he's about to get fired.
They've lost 4 games in a row. I don't know if they'll fire Penny because he's now.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, but it's bad. They've lost four games in a row. Wichita's pretty good. Wichita, when they played there, beat Memphis 74-59. I kind of like Wichita as a dog tonight on the road.
I do too.
Just because I don't feel like a team like Memphis, if they lose 4 games in a row, it kind of means that they're out. They're quit on this season. They're 12-15.
Yeah.
They're thinking like, okay, if we win the next 3 games, what happens? We're still not a tournament team.
I think Memphis would be crazy to move on from Penny because that name matters there. But
it's almost like Dion.
Yeah. But,
sure, the results on the field aren't what we need, but he brings something to the program that nobody else is going to be able to bring.
You're going to have to win some games, man.
Yeah, it's
because that's their pro team. Memphis looks at Memphis. The Memphis City looks at Memphis. That's their pro team.
Not the Grizzlies.
No.
That's
true.
Maybe a sad commentary on the state of the Grizzlies, but I do think that's pretty fair. In the NBA tonight, the Miami Heat at Philadelphia. Pretty decent game right there to start us off. Sixers 2.5-point favorites at home against Miami. I like the Sixers here.
Embiid's on a tear. If you're a daily fantasy, look at the numbers.
He's been phenomenal. As long as he's healthy. Charlotte's at Indiana. Charlotte laying 13.5 points on the road.
The highlights Knaple is throwing up over the last week are Steph Curry, Mark Price. This dude is electric in the open. I mean, he can hit it from anywhere. It's crazy to watch him.
Spurs at the Nets. Spurs minus 12.5.
It seems like this seems like the third straight back-to-back. I mean, 3 nights in a row, doesn't it?
I mean, well, they only had 1 night in between, 3 games in 4 nights.
And that's what scares me. That's the only thing that bothers me about this.
The Nets are terrible, and I think the Nets are one of these teams that are actively efforting to lose games.
But our backups are going to have to cover. I don't see anybody of merit playing the last 5 minutes of the game, and if they are, we got problems. So they're going to win. I'd take the money line there, but not much to be won. I don't know about covering though.
Minus 675.
No, don't do that.
Yeah. Rockets are minus 3.5 in Orlando. It feels like a short line, doesn't it?
Orlando. They beat the Lakers. I mean, that was a nice win. It was a dumb win, but they beat them, so maybe that's why they're seeing something that I don't.
Yeah, I don't get that. I also don't like the Hawks laying 10.5 points to anybody. That includes the Washington Wizards. I'm not a person who wants to go bet real American money on the Wizards, but 10.5 is a crazy number to lay with the Atlanta Hawks, who I think are just kind of stink.
And didn't everybody the Wizards seem to be at least kind of trying it.
I think so.
Yeah.
And the Hawks seem to be not. It just feels odd to me. Portland laying 4.5 on the road in Chicago.
Take
Chicago,
Portland to the bank, man.
A team that is not trying to win. They're actively trying to lose games. Portland is still trying to win despite not really having a chance to do anything. I like Portland.
I do too, in every sense.
Oh, my gosh. This is how bad Sacramento is. The corpse of the Dallas Mavericks are 6.5-point favorites, pushing towards 7-point favorites against Sacramento. That Sacramento is a sad, sad sack right now.
Yep. So go make your money appropriately.
I think so. And then the L.A. Lakers laying 5.5 at Phoenix. Another team that's kind of anti-tanking right now is the Pelicans. Not as awful as I've seen. They're 5.5-point favorites in Utah, and Minnesota, a 5.5-point road favorite at the Clippers.
Poor Minnesota, and it's hard for me to say that, but Minnesota, whenever we talk about potential finals and, they've been to the Western Conference Finals for the last 2 years, and we don't even bring them up.
No. It is kind of odd, but yeah, we were right. We don't even talk about them. They're clearly a real contender.
Man, somebody's gonna suffer a revenge. Just hopefully you don't have to suffer it 4 times.
Bruins minus 115 hosting the Columbus Blue Jackets. The New Jersey Devils, second of their back-to-back. They're at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's minus 160 there. Florida Panthers minus 155 hosting the Maple Leafs. The New York Islanders are in Montreal. The Canadiens minus 155. Carolina minus 150 hosting the Tampa Bay Lightning. Ottawa, they are minus 155 hosting the Red Wings. Philadelphia Flyers are at the Rangers. Rangers minus 125. The Kraken are at the St. Louis Blues. Blues minus 150. The Blackhawks are at Nashville. Preds minus 175. The Minnesota Wild, they are at the Avalanche. Avalanche minus 150. That actually feels like a short number, given the Avalanche. And then the Calgary Flames in San Jose taking on the Sharks. Sharks are minus 130. And the Edmonton Oilers in L.A. taking on the Kings. That's a minus 110 pick them both ways.
So how many games they got left?
About
close.
30.
About 30?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's about. I mean, they're on kind of on the same schedule
Right.
as the NBA. They've had to condense the time off between games to make up for the Olympic break. But yeah, they're still gonna. The playoffs are gonna be around on the same track as the NBA playoffs.
The schedule begins Saturday, April the 18th. So
Yeah, the playoffs are right around the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. There is your look at the daily line. I guess you know what. I haven't mentioned it yet this season, but we are in baseball season, at least for spring training. At least today, the Astros and Rangers are both off today, so we won't give you any of those. Like the game, like I guess probably the most high profile game is the Astros at the Yankees. Yankees minus 220.
I got Rangers Athletics today.
I don't know why I don't see them on my list.
205 today. Quantrill on the mound.
Yeah, they're not on my list at all. That's weird. Okay.
Well, I think it's a rather fluid situation.
Maybe
they
that's
found
what it
9
is.
dudes. They're going to play.
We'll see. It might be a split squad game.
Yeah.
So some split squad games end up they don't have lines. So that would make sense. Okay.
It is a split squad because they're also taking on the Brewers.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's why there's no betting lines on them. All right. Well, friends.
Almost home.
We've done it again.
Almost home. I can't believe I get 3 straight nights, or it feels like it, of early Spurs basketball. I love this 6:30 tip.
It's
I
a
love
lot
it,
better.
man.
Yeah. Can the Spurs play on the East Coast all the time?
I'm all for it. It's a long drive for home games, but on nights like last night, man, they're done early. I can catch other later games. It's nice.
Yeah, it is. It is a little nice. I wish there was some good late night college hoops tonight, but there's not. Alas, there is not. But we can
Tune into the Burbs. Watch the Burbs.
It looks
not
so
bad.
terrible.
Actually, the first episode, it kind of got me.
I watched the first half season of, or I guess the most recent half season of Cross.
I was going to
on
say,
Amazon.
I saw the last episode.
I watched
right
the last one last night. I don't like that it's like stopped in the middle of the season because I'm going to forget everything by the time it comes back.
What do you mean?
on.
Oh yeah,
Take like a hiatus for a couple months?
I don't. I mean, it's like season 1 or season 2, part 1. And then they're, here in 3-4 months, we'll give you the rest of season 2.
They weren't sure if people were going to like it. So we're going to run those first 2 or 3.
How can you not?
Well, you never know. And if we get a little response, we'll make the rest.
Yeah. It's pretty good. And it's pretty relevant to what's going on in the world today.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right. Blitz comes up at 2 o'clock. They'll go all the way until 6 unless they get tired.
And the Pledge will jump in.
Yeah, Pledge will come in and save the day. We'll be back and do it all over again tomorrow. You guys have a good afternoon.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Head of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
Well, good morning, kiddo.